make him beat us with his arm. Because, when you run the football, you run the football. When you throw the football, 3 things can happen and 2 of them are bad, So, of course, in most games, we want people throwing the football and doing it. And so we will all be very attentive to what's going on, formations, motions, and back placement and all the things that tails in spread football these days, and seeing, all right, what does this lead to? And, whether you're on the front side or the back side of the backs, the 1 receiver, the 2 receiver, or the 3 receivers or whatever. Very important for us to communicate, just like last week, of everybody being on the same page. And I felt like we did a tremendous job of that last week, even with injuries and things. And so hopefully we can do that again.
Offensively, Gallatin may not be as big across the board, but they're big in spots. Got good size on the back end, but we're going to have to do a good job. I think last week is as good a job as we ran the football, and Gion's accomplishments been well covered this year. I think we would have liked to just had one of those deep balls. You said it. We're going to probably have to do that again. Those guys know they've got to stop 17, and in order to do that, we've got to give them something else to chew on to where they just can't focus on that.
Well, I've said it, 10 to 15 times since the beginning of the season or Gion's injury. We designed this thing to let 17 be the focal point, and he will be the focal point, but everybody else is a supporting cast. And everybody else has to do their job. We have to be better throwing the football. We have to be able to, in our screen game, in our quick game, and then taking shots, and then even sprinting out in our naked game of executing and using Gion as part of the supporting cast for somebody else to make the major role. And we have to do that and relieve it. And I think it's important to possibly get up early, possibly not playing from behind, where we can say, okay, we kind of got behind a little bit, and, I said it last night on the interview with Tommy, early there in the first and second quarter, we pressed a little bit because we got behind the chains. We can't get behind the chains, we can't have penalties, we can't do those things to stay on, so the playbook is open, so it's not 2nd and 17, it's not 3rd and 17, well, that's, you call a run play on 3rd and 17, the people behind you is not going to be very happy, and I don't have many good plays for 3rd and 17. So we hope that we can do the things to play good football and to be able to use Gion and complement everybody else, but at a time when we need it, let's line up and run the football, take care of the football, and then when it's time to deliver our quarterbacks and the people that are catching the football, let's do our job and make a play, put the ball where it needs to be put, catch it, do the thing, and then hold on to it. Turnovers are at this point of the year magnified, and we need to maybe create some turnovers on defense and hold on to it better offensively.
You said it, Coach. This Gallatin game is definitely one of the most physical every year, and I'm anxious to see exactly how, like you said, we all kind of want to know. We know a lot of these kids, but just kind of how we bounce back. One little quick tidbit.
And, of course, always great to hear right from head coach Chuck Gentry, and I appreciate Joe Gardner going and getting that interview for us this week. Great job on that, Joe. And, a lot of interesting things he said there. And, Joe, I'd like for you just a bit to expand a bit on what you said. You talked about them being big in spots. Which spots exactly do you expect them to be something that might be a bit difficult to deal with?
Well, always anybody that follows Gallatin, they usually have a lot of beef in the middle. They're not necessarily big there this year, but on the back end in their secondary, they've got pretty good size. 12, I know he's 6'2", 6'3", plays left corner for them. Just a big, tall kid. And then their safety is very rangy himself. Linebackers, prototypical size for your linebackers. So their first line of defense may not be quite as big as it's been in the past, but on the back end for sure. And then the thing about it, John, is those same skill guys I talk about, they play offense as well. So They've got quick receivers. They've got big possession receivers, and you'll see a little bit of everything tonight.
This isn't the only game going on inside of the region tonight. Is a big one. Green Hill over at Wilson Central, and this one a big one as well. Mount Juliet at Cookeville. Both those teams sitting at 2-6, and both those teams still with a chance to get into the postseason. Mount Juliet seems to be clicking a little bit more than they were earlier in the year, and if they find their way into the postseason, you never know what's going to happen. Outside of the region, but still inside of the county, 5-3 Watertown. The Purple Tigers 3-1 in their region. They're on the road at Liberty Creek, who's 2-6, 1-2, and Friendship Christian 4-0 in their region, 71 overall, taking on Mount Juliet Christian, who sits at 1-7 and 0-4. We're going to take a 60-second break right here. When we come back, we're going to have Joe Gardner's Keys to the Game. You're listening to Lebanon High School football on WANT FM 98.9.
Shane Qualls. I played ball with him at Cumberland. He played.
Gentry, and we're going to go to those Joe Gardner Keys to the Game at this time.
Thank you, John. Probably my biggest key is just what we've talked about. Coach talked about it. How are we going to respond? Every coach wants to know that. Sometimes you worry about it the opening game, middle of the season. This year we were blessed enough not to have to worry about it till the 8th game, but still the same problem presents itself. How do your kids respond? I'll tell you this, you don't come across the river over here and play a Green Wave team and take too long to think about it, because this team has always been a physical game for us. I had the pleasure of 91 of renewing the rivalry. We lost that game. They were runner-up in the state that year and won the state the next year, so I got to experience Gallatin in their prime. But that was probably, if you ask me, John, that was my most memorable game, even though it was a loss. We were 4 deep around this fence. Channel 4 was here. It's before you had anything streaming, and we came up on the short end. But I want to see how our kids respond, and I think knowing most of them will do it in the right way. Coach said one way to do that, he thinks offensively, he was usually don't say things like this, but he said, I think we need to score first. We need to get up first. Even that we got up first last week against Green Hill, I think once we got to trailing, we pressed a little. Finally tied the ball game there in the middle of the second half and relaxed a little. But I think he wants to play with the lead, and when you've got a horse that wears number 17, it's a lot better to do that. Defensively, we need everybody to do their job and not try to do somebody else's, and the same effort as last week. Now, that's asking a lot, because we all know the implications are the same, but it's hard to get up 2 weeks in a row. But we're going to have to find a way to do that. And last, a little footnote for me, it is hard to beat Gallatin in the special teams. I don't know if there's a tree around here where they grow kickers, but the kicker last year committed to South Carolina. They've got a kicker this year. They say watch your cars in the end zone, because he'll put dents in your cars. Can kick it very well. So again, the old saying is, John, you have to usually win 2 of the 3 facets of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. Lebanon's going to have to try to find a way to do that tonight.
Well, and this Gallatin Green Wave team has felt some adversity this year, and they have responded. Senior quarterback Jackson Stroop, you mentioned him earlier, He held every single passing record before his season ended due to injury in the second quarter versus Green Hill earlier this season. And you just spoke about all of the history here, state championships for the Green Wave. So holding the passing records here in Gallatin means an awful lot. And Barksdale, they're now starting quarterback Kason Barksdale. In that game, he was a wide receiver. He then got pulled over. Not quite exactly the same as Stroop, but they went from 31.7 points per game all the way down to 27.3. So while they've dropped a tad bit in point production, they are still a very lethal offensive team. Playbook probably a little bit thinner than it was before, and maybe the play calling a little bit different than it was before. But regardless, they have not dropped off that much, so you've got to stay ready. Again, if you weren't with us earlier in the game, Gallatin Green Wave not wearing any green tonight. They are wearing the maroon throwback jerseys from Union High School. That was the Red Devils. That high school closed here in Gallatin back in 1970. So they will be wearing maroon jerseys. So we will still call them the Gallatin Green Wave. Very, very Cumberland Phoenix-esque, if you ask me. So it will be maybe a good sign for us Blue Devil fans. Both teams now out at center midfield. As your captains are out there, we'll send it over to Joe for those captains.
Thank you very much, John. Let me first get your officials tonight. Your linesman is Randy Ingram. The line judge is Robert Springer. Your back judge is Jackson Godsey. Your clock operator is David Erie. Your umpire, Jamie Malone, and your head referee tonight is Shane Qualls. Captains, first captains for your Gallatin Green Wave. Number 15, Malachi Harper. Number 15, Landon Paveller. Number 19, Andy Brock. And captains for your Lebanon Blue Devils. Number 11, John Binion. Number 18, Abram Thompson. Number 4, Terrell T.J. Searcy. And number 2, quarterback Austin Harrison. Lebanon, I believe, won the toss. If they didn't, they are kicking left to right, or if they may have deferred, so we will get the kickoff in the second half, but they will go on defense first, John, as we get ready to start this ball game.
When you look at the current standings inside of the region with just 2 games to play, Green Hill at the top at 6-2 and 3-0 in the region. Lebanon right there in second place right now. More wins than anybody else right now in the region at 7-1, but 2-1 in the region. And then Gallatin right behind the Blue Devils at 5-2 and 2-1. So the winner tonight will have a pretty good firm grip on second place, but still not a done deal. Will depend on some of the other games. But if you win tonight, if you're the Blue Devils, you give yourselves a really good shot at hosting a first-round game at Lebanon right there on Blue Devil Boulevard. That's absolutely what you're playing for. And the playoffs structure a little bit different this year. So once you get into that second round, you might not have to go into Rutherford County to play Oakland. And, I know we bring up Oakland an awful lot, and it is because they are the gold standard right now in 6A football, not just in the state of Tennessee, but they are known nationally. So if you can avoid them in the postseason, I think it is a bonus for whoever that might be. So both teams now in their huddles, about ready to make their way out onto the field, and the smoke lingering a little bit that they had. They had a smoke machine out on the field for when the team ran through, and it's a little bit cooler tonight. I think that cool air is maybe making it linger a little bit longer than normal. Kind of looks like some fireworks were just shot off.
Yeah, it's a hair is definitely heavy. Not a bit of wind, so that's good for the kicking and the passing game. Reminds me of that 80s game when the Eagles went to the Bears, and the announcer said, "Your guess is good as mine." we hope that clears up a little for us, but right now it's. I'd kick it right there in the middle.
Right in the middle. No kidding. The Blue Devils come out in their road jerseys, white jerseys with blue pants and blue stripes on the shoulders, that Mohawk stripe across the head, that Devils logo right there on the helmet, and kind of the racing stripes down the right. As we told you, throwback jerseys tonight for the Green Wave as they wear the Union High School jerseys. Maroon, almost all maroon, some white stripes around the shoulders, a completely white helmet, white pants with a maroon stripe all the way down the leg. Both teams out on the field now, and I think the only thing holding us up right now is they're going to try to let this smoke clear out a little bit.
It is, because Coach has walked out there with them, and I think the official just said, we're going to take just a second here, and it's not going anywhere.
Well, you look out there, and you look at number 6 for the Green Wave, Cage Johnson. He's right at midfield on the 35, and you can barely see him right now. The PA announcer and the DJ is going to have a little bit more work tonight.
Perfect time for Halloween.
There you go.
You know, and the scene is set. Let's just hope we're the scary monsters over here and not Gallatin.
Speaking of Halloween, we're not going to play football next Friday. That's because we're playing on Thursday. We hope everybody will come on out for senior night as we take on the Cavaliers of Cookeville on Thursday night. Same kickoff time at 7 o'clock. That'll be right there at Lebanon High School at Clifton Tribble Field. We hope that you'll come on out. That could be a massive game to close out the regular season. Speaking of closing out the regular season, last year this was the last game of the regular season for the Blue Devils. Out the win over Gallatin. That got Lebanon into the postseason and kept Gallatin out of the postseason. I'm sure this senior class for the Green Wave remembers that.
Well, it was vice versa the year before, John. 2 years ago, it was Gallatin keeping Lebanon out of the playoffs, and that was my son's last game, and not a lot of good memories over here 2 years ago, and then last year we returned the favor. This year, you've said it, I think we're both in. It's just playing for positioning here, and still, if you're wondering what the holdup here is, we are now 3 minutes late of kickoff. The smoke has kind of just attached itself to the ground, and
it's going the wrong direction.
Going the wrong direction.
And it's all kind of on the right side of the field. As you listen in, Lebanon will be moving, kicking off to the right. So Gallatin will be driving to the left. So it's kind of on the Lebanon side of the field right now, and it's just slowly creeping away. And whoever decided to have the smoke machine might be having a conversation later on tonight. Other than that, beautiful night for some high school football. As we said, a bit chilly, but it's supposed to be a bit chilly when you're in week number 9 of high school football. So you see a lot of sweaters and blankets out on in the crowd now.
They're flying the drone through there. It's going to take a few more than that to get that blown out of there.
We'll have to get him lower.
Yeah, going to get him a little lower, and a little bigger fans on there, I believe, a little bigger blades.
As always, the Lebanon Blue Devil faithful filling up the stands across from us. We're, of course, on the home side in the press box, but seeing an awful lot of blue. And a matter of fact, Thomas Denny, our online producer, is in the stands with the fans tonight. They're giving us a wave right now.
He's in amongst them, John.
Well, he is amongst them. We appreciate Thomas's crew for being able to be out there. That's the second time this season they've had to set up in the stands. It's an awful lot of work to put all this together, ladies and gentlemen, and we appreciate each and every one of you for supporting this broadcast, both online and on 98.9 FM.
And I would tell you to take a break, John, but I promise you, as soon as we do, they'll kick this thing off, and we'll miss the opening kickoff. So definitely a bad moment for this to come, but I think we're getting there. I know the athletic director is not going to field the kick, though, as he's still standing down on the 5. So until he gets over here, or it may just be an assistant coach, I'm trying to see. But
trying to see the sight lines. He's trying to see, too.
He's trying to find his way back over here.
If I could guarantee they wouldn't see the kickoff, I'd say kick that sucker.
Well,
but I'm afraid they would kick it, and we wouldn't see who had it.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's starting to creep off now, and even the song has ended, so we might be just about ready to play, ladies and gentlemen. Got to be honest, that is a first for me.
Well, and again, if you're our kicker, you stood there for a minute. Loosen up a little bit. You don't want to shank one here early. Let's keep an eye on that.
So here we go. We're ready. Eli Jimenez ready to kick. Green Wave, 2 players with their heels on the 10-yard line. The ball is on its way. High kick over to the left, and it's going to go bounce out of bounds at the 15-yard line. So no return needed. And going out onto the field for the first time tonight will be the Green Wave of Gallatin. Case and Barksdale your starting quarterback. He is 29 of 58 this season for 530 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Also has ran the ball 29 times for 266 yards and 3 touchdowns as well. So 6 total touchdowns, 3 in the air, 3 on the ground. So Case and Barksdale able to get it done as well. Behind him at running back, Malachi Harper will do a little bit of everything for you. 113 rushes, 582 yards, 7 touchdowns. Also 17 catches for 147 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ball is spotted on the 35 right in the middle of the field.
Well, we got 2 balls right now.
It's a clock issue, though. You noticed, and the clock shouldn't have run, I guess, with going out of bounds, but they're discussing something there.
And the smoke has finally just about dissipated, so that's no longer the conversation. And some of the players taking a moment to talk to each other. Now looks like we're finally ready for the first snap of the game. Barksdale will be in a pistol formation. Running back Harper right there on his left hip. They're going to hand it to Harper, and he's going to get nothing. Lost a yard on that one, and there was not much momentum on that one at all. Almost looked like they weren't ready.
Bueller starting off a good spot there. He had a good game at nose guard. A little something to pay attention to. Gallatin evidently lost their starting center against Beach last week, and that's always a concern for a coach when you've got a new young center in there.
On the line for the Green Wave, Jamison Harden, Jason York, Aaron Williams, Eli Hansen, and Landon Pevler. They're going to hand it off once again to Harper. He'll take it over to the left and maybe back to the original line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Rounding out your starters offensively for Gallatin at receiver, Ryan Williams, Justin Cagle, and Ontario Scott. At the sniffer/tight end position, Preston Mooney. So 3rd and 10. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. They're going to get it out into the flat, and that's going to be a tackle in open field as they got it to Mooney, and that's going to be a 4-and-out for the Green Wave.
Pretty good start there by our Blue Devils. Had 2 big run stops there, and then John Binion jumping the man in the flat there, doing a good job of getting him on the ground. That's what you want. Get them off the field and let's play offense.
John Binion seems to get better as the season goes on. He has really impressed me the last 3 or 4 games. He's been great for this defense. Multiple takeaways and some great open field tackles. So they're set to punt it away. Gavin Gregory standing about on it. It's a drop, and they're going to down it on the 15-yard line. It was a bad snap, and the punter dropped it, and Lebanon's going to get it on the 15-yard line. So their first snap of the game will be in the Zaxby's red zone, and a gift is given to the Blue Devils on their first drive.
And, John, I don't know this, but you kind of have to wonder if their center may have been their long snapper as well.
That's a good point.
And that ball, it run hop, but at the same time, it barely got to the punter, and as he bent down, it rolled behind him.
So Austin Harrison will trot out there. Gianna Zeta right on his backside in a pistol formation. And he might, that's got a hard snap. We saw that earlier in the year, and that's going to be another penalty. And Lebanon's going to inch a little closer without snapping the ball. Be a 5-yard penalty.
You're right, John. We had great success with that early and then kind of got away from it because teams scout you and they warn you. But it's been long enough now. Let's try it again.
So Lebanon now is going to have 4 shots at the end zone from the 10-yard line with one of the best running backs in the state of Tennessee. Jonah Gardner getting the start tonight. He's over on your left side. Nobody on the right. He's the only receiver out wide right now. They'll go into a shotgun formation as Azita moves into the right hip. Now Gardner goes into motion. They'll hand it to Azita, taking it over to the left. He's going to power his way down and into the end zone for the 3rd time this season.
No, they marked him out. 2. Yeah.
Well, we still got a chance before I get too excited. I was about to say, twice this season already, Lebanon has scored on their first or second play from scrimmage, and now running the entire length of the field to get in as a sub for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, that's Simpkins, our linebacker. He's our extra meat. He's going to be tired by the time he gets out there, John.
He ran 70 yards.
He ran from the other end.
He's down there chatting with the cheerleaders.
Going to bring up first and goal, though, from the 2.
Back into a pistol formation, nobody out wide, as you said, heavy package in Azita, and there we go, into the end zone, Gianna Azita, touchdown, Lebanon, and Azita gets his 15th touchdown, rushing touchdown of the season, 16th overall.
Well, if you're Gallatin, you got to regroup, but if you're Lebanon, we'll take it. Again, we glad to punch that one in, but Gallatin definitely helped us there. That's not the start they're looking for. I believe Jimenez has forgotten his kicking block. This could be an issue as they're going to wind the clock. The officials do not care. They're going to run that out late.
Jimenez to attempt the point after out of Gardner's hold.
Got 17 on the play clock, so should have plenty of time to get it out there. Lebanon running multiple players on the field right here, and seems like they're going a lot further than they normally have to get out on the field.
I guess it shocked us that we scored that early. Rigsby to snap, Gardner to hold, Jimenez to put it through. Snap is a little late. Kick got down, and he punched it straight through. 10:06 to go in the contest. It's your Blue Devils 7, Green Hill 0. Gallatin 0. More Blue Devil football after this short timeout.
Hey, this is Kenny Salas with Salas Realty Group in Lebanon.
Say 21-6.
.06 remaining in the first quarter. Blue Devils on top 7-0.
Yeah, it was a three-play, 16-yard drive. Azita went in from the 2-yard line. Jimenez, the PAT was good. So with 10:06 in your first quarter, it is Lebanon Blue Devils 7, Gallatin 0.
So once again, Jimenez to kick off this one right. Started down the middle of the field, shades over to the left, fielded at the 10, out to the 20, and brought down at about the 22 or 23-yard line. So a little bit better field position there. First quarter, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by the Lebanon Police Department. The Lebanon Police Department and Chief Mike Justice, men and women in blue, are proud to back the Big Blue. Let's get your defensive starters out there for the Blue Devils. As you mentioned earlier, Brayson Bueller, second start here this season at nose guard. Boy, he was great last week. Juwan Stafford at defensive end. Jaden Stafford also at defensive end. Your linebackers, Jackson Harris, Carter McPeak, Deontay Wilson, and Sherelle Simpkins. Ball is snapped, two receivers on either side. And that's going to be thrown off to the left. The intended target was Williams, Ryan Williams. So Kaysen Barksdale off on that one to round out those starters for the Blue Devils. Jamani Busby, Gavin Gregory, John Binion, and Amari Manier. Ball spotted on the right hash, 2nd and 10 for Gallatin. One receiver to the right, two to the left. They're going to hand it off once again to Harper. Harper right up the middle, and he has got nothing, maybe a yard as he falls forward. And the Green Wave not getting much of a push on that line here early.
Stafford is bookend him there. Juwan and Jaden both come from their ends and kind of sandwich to the running back. Going to bring up a long 3rd down and 9.
9:32 left to go in quarter number 1. Your Blue Devils leading 7-0. Ball still on that right hash. They'll go triplets to the left, one receiver to the right. Pistol formation with Harper on the right hip of Barksdale. Long count. They'll snap the ball, about a 3-step drop looking, and that was almost intercepted by Binion, but it will be incomplete. And once again, a 4-and-out with no first downs picked up for the Green Wave, and Lebanon should have great field position once again.
Well, intended for Ani Scott. He's one of the more impressive athletes I've seen on film, and Lebanon had him blanketed. They must have watched that same film. There were 3 or 4 guys. I'm not sure if that's who the quarterback was supposed to be throwing to. Gregory back deep to field your punt.
Yeah, you mentioned Scott, 40 receptions on the season for 387 yards.
John, again with that snap. Everybody on the line of scrimmage.
Just one player back in Gavin Gregory. Lebanon sending the house. He gets it off. Left-footed kicker falls at about the 48, and it'll take a bounce out of bounds. It'll go out about the 37, 38-yard line, and that is where Lebanon will take over. Well, you were right. They had 10 players on the line.
A few of us backed out, but again, I think we saw that snap, and you want to try to, he's more nervous the second time. You want to try to shake him up. Game day shirt sponsored by Zaxby's. Zaxby's located at 630 out South Cumberland Street, right here in Lebanon. 12 signature sauces you can dip, dunk, or drizzle. Please get Zaxby's famous chicken fingers for your tailgate party today.
Lebanon sending triplets over to the right with Gardner, Azita, And that other receiver out there, is that Searcy or Busby?
Let me get a look there, John. It is Busby.
Busby, and up top we got TJ Searcy. So a lot of times on these type of sets, they're going to run a Zeta back in motion across the field. We'll see if they do that here.
That's 43 Puhalo. Kevin Puhalo hadn't played a lot on the far side.
Puhalo over on the left side in the slot position, and a flag before the snap as Gregory was kind of in the running back position.
Yeah, that's what we're figuring out. Zeta's out here in this trip set. Gregory at tailback. Gregory not used to being back there, moved a little earlier, but you kind of wonder they're going to throw it out here to Gian just in a numbers game and let him kind of just one-on-one somebody out here. It looks like it so far.
Has Busby and Gardner there for blockers, and that is one of the strongest blocking receivers Lebanon has, both of those guys. They'll snap it this time, looking to the left, going out. He's got Gregory. He's there, and Gregory can't haul it in. We saw a very similar play last week against Green Hill. That one was much closer to being caught, but Gregory couldn't quite catch up to it. That'll bring up 3rd and 15. Second and 15.
More traditional now as we'll run our receivers off, bring Bracken Rogers in. Abram Thompson, who was in our first series of packages there, a little more size. I'm sure we're going to handle the football here on 2nd and 10.
8:52 left to go in quarter number 1. Lebanon leading 7-0. Searcy will go up top as the ball spotted near the left hash on the 30-yard line. Azita on the right hip. He'll go out in the flat. They're going to toss it to him. He's got it on the right. He's got the edge. Can't get past the defenders, though. Gets it to about the 32-yard line. And the Gallatin defense that time was ready.
Yeah, really good recovery there by Gallatin's defense. I thought we had a little something. We ran the speed option, which you have not seen that this year, and hopefully they'll converge on Harrison. They did, but those linebackers, like I spoke of earlier, on the back end moved pretty well. They just chased the Zeta down there. Minimal gain.
Brings up a 3rd and 14. 8:20 clock is moving. Ball spotted now on the right hash. Lebanon will have trips to the left. Searcy on the near side. Azita in the backfield. No sniffer in there this time. Now Azita will move to the left hip. Now he'll go in motion. Shotgun formation. They're going to get it to Azita. He's got a couple of blockers, but he's able to get past the first tackle. He breaks one, but he's not going to break the next one. He's going to be brought down near the line of scrimmage, and Lebanon's going to punt the ball away with 7:50 and counting to go in quarter 1, leading by a touchdown.
A lot better effort there from Gallatin's defense as they got us behind the chains early and just kept everything in front. Gallatin doing a good job of rallying to the football there.
4th down.
So 2 players back on the 35 to field the punt. It's a high punt. It's going to drop around the 45, and Lebanon is going to down it on the 42-yard line in Gallatin's territory. So Gallatin will march back out there for their 3rd series of the first quarter, yet to pick up a first down with 7:14 to play in the quarter.
Gallatin still looking for their first down of the ball game as Lebanon's done a good job early on the first 2 series. Again, officials talking to their coach. I guess, was there a marker we missed? There he is. There's going to be a legal shift. Lebanon, they are going to keep the football and just add 5. No, they're going to elect to make us kick it again.
Interesting. So Lebanon will send the punt unit back out as Gallatin elected to make Lebanon punt the ball again as opposed to taking the 5 yards. That would have put them at about the 45.
42.
42.
We're going to see how that works.
So we'll see how that works out. Maybe a bit of a gamble here early on by head coach Michael Stroop.
Mark off against the Blue Devils.
Jimenez back to punt once again. 2 Gallatin players near the 45 set to field. Snap is on the way. Kick is up. He shanked it a bit. It's going to drop and take a little bit of a Lebanon bounce. It's going to work out. Not too big of a difference. Maybe 5 more yards. No, it's going to be on the 45 on the Lebanon side.
15 yards.
So a 15-yard difference. So the gamble works out for Stroop. And Gallatin will be in Lebanon territory for the first time tonight. 7:02 left to play in the first quarter. Blue Devils leading 7-0 here on the road in Gallatin. So Kason Barksdale will make his way back out there. One receiver on the near side, two up top. Ball spotted on the left hash. Going to be in a pistol formation with Malachi Harper on his right hip. They'll run a man in motion in the H-back position over to the right. They're going to get it to Harper. He's going to get it over to the right, around the corner, and a great tackle. Busby with a great open field tackle. Boy, he has been really good at that all season long.
Anderson in on the tackle.
Busby's very good in space, both offensively and defensively. Broke down like you're supposed to. Held Harper there to a minimal gain. Going to be about 2nd and 8.
Two receivers to the left, one out wide, one in the slot. One receiver to the right. Ball spotted on the right hash. Still in that pistol formation with the running back on his right hip. They'll hand it to Harper. He's going to get maybe a yard, but he was pushed back pretty quickly.
Jaden Stafford on the initial contact. A little slow to get up, but I believe he's fine. Deontay Wilson and Carter McPeak finish him off. 3rd down and 6.
6 minutes left to go in quarter number 1. 3rd and 6 here for the Green Wave. Looking to pick up their first down of the game. Ball spotted right in the middle of the field on Lebanon's 40-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Still a pistol formation on the right hip is Malachi Harper. Set to receive is Barksdale. He gets the snap. 3-step drop, looking, takes a step up in the pocket, and they've got him, they brought him down. Guess who it is? Guess who it is? Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jawan Stafford.
Well, he's never going to miss a party on Friday night. He may be a little late sometimes, but he's going to join it for sure. Interesting to see. I believe that sack will force them to punt. Believe it or not, they were in Bronner's field goal range there at the 40, which is a 57-yarder. I think Gallatin choosing to play it safe and trying to pin us deep and see if we'll make a mistake.
Gavin Gregory back on Lebanon's 10-yard line to receive the punt.
Who's their punter?
Bronner punts too.
Okay.
High punt, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to take a Gallatin bounce, and it's going to be down to about the 15-yard line, and Lebanon will start from there with 4:53 left to go in the quarter, leading 7-0. And correct me if I'm wrong, but
inside their own 15.
is Amari Manier dressed tonight?
He may be, but he is not playing.
Okay.
I think Pierce Anderson will be getting the start for him, number 16. Amari with a little sore shoulder. I think they're just being cautious.
So Pierce Anderson is your other safety. I announced Amari Manier. So Lebanon on their own 15-yard line. They'll send TJ Searcy over to the right. Ball spotted near the left hash. One receiver to the left. They'll hand it off to Azita. He takes it to the right. And he's going to get a couple of yards, maybe 3. Still not tackled, but they'll get him for forward progress. He has got to be one of the toughest running backs in the region to tackle. You think you have him, and he just doesn't go down.
Well, if anybody got a stump out in their yard, just go wrap your arms around that stump and see if you can pull it in any direction and get it out of the ground. That's kind of the equivalent when you wrap him up.
4:26 and counting on the clock. Quarter number 1, Lebanon leading 7-0, driving to the right as you listen in. Searcy out wide on the right side. I believe Gregory over on the left. He'll go into motion. It was Busby. And they're going to hand it off to Azita again. He's going to get about 6 on this one.
Azita, the ball carrier.
That right there is exactly what Beach hurt them on Gallatin on last week. They would fake that jet and then hand it up the middle. I think I may have said it already. Beach has a running back that's about as identical as this one as you can, as hard as that to believe. But Lebanon saw that, and they're trying Beach early. Still going to be a 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5 ball. Right on the 20-yard line. Got to get to the 25 for the first down. Aziti will be in the backfield. One receiver over to the left. And Jonah Gardner. Lebanon looking to the sideline to get the play. 5 on the play clock. They're going to have to move. 3, 2, 1. They get it off in time. They hand it to Azita. He's going over to the left. And there's a flag on the play. He gets the first down, but that's in a position that looks like it'll be against Lebanon. So this may be coming back. 2 officials are talking it over now.
Stop made by Scott.
It was Scott on the tackle. 3:14 showing on the clock. Quarter one, 7-0 your score. And that will go against Lebanon. So they'll back it up 5 yards. It will remain third down, so that'll bring up third and long, basically third and 10.
Well, and
that changes a lot.
yeah, running package goes out the window. Now you got to bring your passing package in. Not what we wanted to do there.
They're going to send Busby and Searcy out to the right. One receiver to the left. Gianazita remains right there in a pistol formation, right behind Harrison at quarterback. Now he'll move to his right hip. He'll snap the ball. Rolls over to his right, wants to go to his left, does so. He's got some blockers, and he's going to be brought down. It was Gavin Gregory. Got about 5 yards, but needed 10, and Lebanon will have to punt here. 7-0 is your score. Clock is moving at 2:50 in quarter number one. Lebanon scored on the second play of the game after a bad snap on an attempted punt by the Green Wave.
Yeah, and proven to be a little stouter than they showed on those first couple of plays. Just played a little token defense down here, kind of surrendering that touchdown, but they've been a lot tighter the last two series.
Oh, and the ball is dropped by Jimenez. He's able to get it off. It's going to drop, hit about the 40, 45. It will take a little bit of a Lebanon bounce. It's going to be down right at midfield. And, boy, that could have been disastrous for the Blue Devils, but it will be Green Wave ball, Gallatin, right at midfield. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout. You're listening to Blue Devil Football on WANT-FM 98.9. Two receivers to the right, nobody on the near side. Ball right in the middle of the field. Barksdale gets the snap, hands it right off to Harper. He's going to get up the middle. He's going to get an 8 or 9 yard gain on this one. Best gain from a scrimmage that they've had tonight on a run play.
Yeah, found a little crease there and doing a good job. That's, like I said, biggest success they've had on first down. Brings up second and second.
They'll go with a little bit of pace here with two receivers to the right. They're going to hand it off to Harper once again. This time almost tackled for a loss in the backfield, but he'll cut it up and he will get the first down. Malachi Harper, again, showing you why he has 113 rush attempts this season and almost 600 yards. So that brings up first and 10 near the 40-yard line in Lebanon territory. Ball near the center of the field, or midfield, I should say. They'll send one receiver over to the left in Scott, one receiver up top. Going a strong formation as they've got basically two H-backs over to the right. And they'll pull over to the left, and right up the middle goes Harper, but not much there. Maybe a yard.
Bueller once again doing a good job of holding his ground. And Gallatin with tempo. They don't huddle. They stand there, get back on the line of scrimmage, and they get their play. But just trying to find a little momentum here. Funny how the flow of the game goes, John. Last week, both teams had it 8 times each. This is already Gallatin's 4th possession.
Be under a minute by the time they snap it. Two receivers to the right, nobody to the left. Ball in the middle of the field on the 40-yard line on Lebanon's side. Nice pass to Scott. He catches it, got some yards after the play. Not enough for a first down, but maybe a couple of yards after the catch. And Gallatin's starting to move the ball a little bit. Gallatin could take this all the way down to the end of the quarter if they chose to. Under 30 seconds to go on the game clock. Lebanon leading 7-0. We'll see what Gallatin chooses to do.
Well, I would say here we're in 4-down territory, even with that kid's leg. Last time we had a play for loss on 3rd down, took them out of that 4th down option. I hope we do the same, but it looks like we're going to go the quarter, John.
I believe you're right. They're just going to let this wind down. They'll flip the field, and they'll go the other direction. It'll be a 3rd and 4 for Gallatin as we start quarter number 2. After one, Lebanon leads 7-0 over the Gallatin Green Wave. You're listening to Lebanon High School football right here on WANT-FM 98.9. Back in a moment.
Hey, Blue.
Returned to Lebanon for the first time in over a month to host the Campbellsville Tigers. This is Christian Capozzi of the Cumberland Sports Network. Join Bob, Lee, and myself starting at 1 o'clock on Saturday, October 25th for play-by-play coverage of Phoenix football. Cumberland University Homecoming 2025 takes place this Saturday with kickoff from Noakes Lassiter Field at 1:30 right here on WANT and WCOR.
Back here in Gallatin at Calvin Short Field, 7-0 as we open up quarter number 2. And if not for a bad snap on a punt on the first possession of the game for Gallatin, this might be a 0-0 game at this point. Lebanon scored 2 plays after that bad snap, but haven't really had a chance to score since then.
No, but a defensive struggle for sure, as both of those teams know each other very well. And I kind of expected this. I was thinking it was a little fool's gold to score early there. They may be a little hard to come by for both teams going forward.
So 3rd and 4 here for the Green Wave. Ball spotted on the right hash, right on the 35-yard line. Driving to the right now as quarter 2 starts. They're going to toss it over to the left, and he's going to be tackled. Harper behind the line of scrimmage for a loss, and we'll see what they do here. As you said, they could be in 4-down territory, but they have got a great kicker in Austin Aschenbronner. How'd you say it?
Aschenbronner.
Aschenbronner.
Yeah, and I think they are going to keep their offense on the field here again. They just want to try to convert this, as they did lose 1, but it's still going to be a 4th and 5. Pierce Anderson doing a good job of coming up and making the big hit there.
As you said earlier, Pierce Anderson in for the injured Amari Manier. Amari Manier has been fantastic at safety all season long. Pierce Anderson, one of the more athletic guys on the team as well, has been in a lot of plays this year, now getting it done tonight at the safety position. So they'll go 2 receivers on the near side, 1 up top, ball right in the middle of the field. Now they're going to call a timeout. Well, on 4th and 6, they want to talk this one over.
Timeout, Union.
Second quarter tonight brought to you by Hardee's, located on West Main and South Cumberland Streets. Hardee's serving up big char-broiled burgers and made-from-scratch biscuits 7 days a week.
John, I'd like to mention the team meals once again this week. On Thursday, the Lebanon Church of God fed our Blue Devils, and from what I understand, we almost had to add a couple to the injury report then. They were fighting and wrestling over the food line as Lebanon Church of God brought fried chicken, vegetables, all the fixings, rolls, and desserts. And I know my son didn't need dessert when he came home Thursday night. And then Friday always makes me proud. Former player Isaiah Moore and several of his classmates from 2016. I always think it's big, like when Isaiah Douglas fixes. If you can come back and feed your Blue Devils, again, that's what it's about. It's not just a saying. Once you say once a Blue Devil, always a Blue Devil. And those guys that do stuff like that definitely take that to heart. So thank you to both of those for both of those meals this week.
Quite possibly the biggest moment of the game so far with 11:11 to go in the first half. Gallatin's going to go for it on a 4th and 6. Ball on the 36-yard line here in Lebanon territory. 2 receivers on either side. In the pistol formation is Kason Barksdale. Right on his right hip is Malachi Harper, and a flag on the play. That's going to go against Gallatin, and now they for sure
may make a decision here. You know, and I was kind of hoping there because, John, if we stop him, it flips the field position for us. Last couple of times they punted us deep, and we hadn't done a good job of getting it out of there. You know, Gallatin's making the tough decision to punt. That would have been a 4th and 11 there, and they're going to be punting from our own 41.
So they'll try to pin the Blue Devils back in front of their own end zone. Gavin Gregory back to receive. He'll go to about the 10-yard line. And anything over his head, he'll probably just let bounce. Aschenbronner back to punt. And it's a good snap. Ball is in the air, and that's going to be a good kick. And it's going to get into the end zone. But, boy, the Gallatin players were almost there in time. So it'll remain 7-0 with 11:01 left to go in the first half.
Well, I can tell you what, Juwan Stafford's breaks worked very well. He came off that edge right there, and I thought, is he going to try to block this punt? He wasn't going to get there, but then I was afraid he wasn't going to be able to slow up, and I thought he's fixing to mow this young kid down. And thank goodness that he did hit the brakes and kind of just hugged him there a little bit, and the official watching very closely.
Searcy will go over to the left. Gardner up top on the right side. Breckenridge at that H-back position to the left. Pistol formation with Gianna Azita in the backfield. They'll snap it, hand it to Azita. He's going to go right up the middle. He's going to get about 5. Add another on with the fall, giving a pickup of 6 yards on the first down.
And he's one of those, you want to just get him going, and you want to just, some positive runs, and he'll get a little more behind him, and the line will get more, and then here we go. We need to get on that today and try to add another score to this contest.
An official's timeout here is, I believe they might have a jersey equipment issue here.
Well, we've had one of those for the last 2 or 3 weeks.
That's going to be on Scott. He's going to come out of the game, and into the game will be Riley Rindings, who is actually listed also as a quarterback for this team. He'll go in at free safety. So again, one receiver on either side. They'll snap the ball. Harrison looks for Gardner. He's got him. Got the first down. And he's going to get 10 after the catch and down, thrown down at the 45, 15 yards after contact.
Number 6, Busby.
No.
And that was not Busby. That's okay. Jonah Gardner, we know who he is. That's going to be a Wilson Bank and Trust first down for the Blue Devils as the ball is spotted on the 43-yard line, spotted on the right hash.
Just a stopper out there and did a good job breaking the initial tackle, getting out on the sideline. What we needed to change field position, ball on the 43.
That will give Jonah Gardner over 100 yards now on the season. 2 receivers to the left. They'll hand it off to Azita again. He's going to get about 3 on this one. And again, was hit right at the line of scrimmage, but that's not enough to bring them down. They'll bring up 2nd and 7. Ball right in the middle of the field, spotted on the 45-yard line.
John, I know you said this earlier, but looking across the field, Lebanon's side is, guys, it's almost packed.
It's packed, yeah. Especially on one of the first chilly Friday nights. It's fantastic.
That's football weather.
That's football weather. You're not kidding. Nobody up to the right. The entire right side of the field is open here. 2 receivers to the left.
Hurry, guys. Late in the play clock.
3 on the play clock. They'll snap the ball. Harrison, quarterback run, design quarterback run, and he's going to have the first down. He's right at the sticks, and I think he might have got it. We'll have to see where they spot it.
He's forward progress.
Okay.
Yeah, they pushed him back. Now, that's another thing Beach did last week. Beach always has the big running quarterback. They would fake that handoff, and he would just follow up kind of right in the middle. You saw Lebanon's watched a lot of that film as we are taking a page out of the Buccaneers playbook last week as they hung 62 on these Green Wave of Gallatin.
Into Gallatin's territory. That's a Wilson Bank and Trust first down. Ball on the 47-yard line in Green Wave territory. 2 receivers to the right. Ball spotted on the right hash. Once again, pistol formation with Gianna Azita in the backfield. Breckenridge at H-back over to the left. They're going to help. Harrison's going to keep it. He's got him. Gregory at the end zone. He catches it and walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Lebanon!
Was that Gregory?
Gregory with the catch, and he drug a defender in there with him. And that was a pass that he dropped last week. He was not going to drop it this week. The Blue Devils go up 13-0 with a PAT on the way.
Well, we've just been just a little off going to that young man for the past couple of weeks. That time, Harrison hit him right on the money. That's a big score for our Blue Devils. Gardner on the hold. Jimenez to attempt as I look around the corner here. Snap, spot, kick. It's true. 8:44 to go in the half. Your Blue Devils 14. The Green Wave of Gallatin 0. We'll return after a word from our sponsors.
Back here at Calvin Short Field with 8:44 remaining in the first half. Lebanon goes up 14-0. Here's Donald Gann with your drive summary.
Guys, Lebanon covered 80 yards in 5 plays. Harrison, a 47-yard TD pass to Gregory. Jimenez, the PAT's good. 8:44 in your second quarter. It is now your Lebanon Blue Devils 14, Gallatin 0.
Fourth touchdown of the season for Gavin Gregory. Over 18 receptions. That might have been his 19th. How many does he have in this game? Do you know, Donald, off the top of your head? Gregory.
In this game, he's got one.
So that was the first one. I don't know if he had one earlier. So that's his 18th reception, over 300 yards, and again, 4 touchdowns now for Gavin Gregory, and he is playing both sides of the ball most nights.
He's had 2 tonight. I apologize.
2 tonight. So that does put him up to 19 receptions.
Where is Azita tonight?
He's 8 carries, 7 carries, 27 yards.
They've got kind of a pooch kick over.
He fumbled
it, but I think Gallatin landed on it. It's going to be at about the 36, 37-yard line, and it is Gallatin's ball as he dropped it and then just fell on it wisely. Didn't try to pick it up and do anything else. So Gallatin will trot out there, and they'll try to cut this lead in half here with 8:41 left to go in the half, and your Blue Devils leading 14-0.
So Donald, something to keep watch for next time on offense is it either 7 or 9 yards from 1,000. Azita needed 34 or 36 tonight. You said 27.
He came into the night with 9:36.
Oh, okay. He needs 64.
Yeah.
Got you. We'll keep an eye on that.
2 receivers to the left, 1 on the near side. Ball in the middle of the field in a pistol formation. Barksdale will get the snap. Almost intercepted. With his hands all over it was Dante Wilson. That would have been his second takeaway of the season. But he was right there and couldn't quite reel it in as the offensive player kind of collided with him at the same time.
Yeah, got a good job just dropping in his curl area right there, and he just jumped right in front of the curl, almost picked it off. You're right.
Brings up 2nd and 10. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ball spotted on the left hash, staying in that pistol formation. High snap, he'll reel it in, looking down the field, covered up, he might be sacked, he's running in circles. Lebanon's after him, he's just going to have to throw it away, but he finds a receiver at the last minute, short of the first down, but a great job by Scott as the quarterback was just scrambling around and he just found an open space and got to it, and that's exactly what your quarterback wants you to do in that situation. Brings up 3rd and short, it'll be about 3rd and 2.
That's all Barksdale there. As you saw it, we have a controlled rush. We're just kind of compressing the pocket, but when we grabbed him by his shoulder, we slung him out of that pocket, and he came out the backside here and did a good job of finding his receiver.
Ball spotted on about the 46-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Pistol formation. Barksdale gets the snap, hands it off, almost tackled in the backfield, but then it will be. Great job by Jamani Busby as he came up, and that looked like it was going to be broke for a first down, and Busby came up from the corner position and made the play.
He lost 2, guys.
And they'll have to punt it away right at midfield.
Well, Wilson shot off that edge there. He saw that handoff coming back across at him. He missed the tackle. You said it, John. It looked awful scary. Busby just shot out of somewhere and made a good shoestring tackle. Like Donald said, 2-yard loss. Going to force the punt again for Gallatin.
Gavin Gregory back to receive, standing on his own 25-yard line. He's going to have to take a step up to field this one. It'll bounce. It will take a green wave roll down to about the 17-yard line. So that is where Lebanon will take over.
He couldn't do nothing about that one, though, guys. That was really a poor punt. It's just the roll. They hit the home run with the roll.
Well, both punters tonight, I don't think, are having a memorable night so far. But again, you just hate to see those things roll. You almost just want to put them up on the 35 or 40, and then if it goes over their head, roll. But let's field that thing and save 10 or 15 yards.
The Blue Devils in a great position here, up 2 touchdowns with 7:02, and they will receive the ball to start the second half. A score here and another defensive stop, and then you get the ball to start the second half. Could be in a great position.
I want to see how aggressive we are here, John, with this 2-touchdown lead.
Ball spotted on the left hash. 2 receivers to the right. Busby on the near side. He'll go into motion. They'll snap it to Harrison, then they toss it to Busby. He's got a blocker and Azita. Azita lays a block, and Busby fights forward. It'll be maybe a 5-yard gain in total. But, boy, you love seeing Gian Azita out there as your lead blocker as well.
He's mad he didn't get the ball, so
Well,
he's taking it out on somebody.
If you're that guy receiving on the turning end of that block, you'd rather him have the football because he ain't worried about holding on to it. He's just worried about clearing the way.
He's just wanting to make some contact.
That's exactly right.
Boy, linebacker last year as a sophomore, definitely not afraid of contact. As a matter of fact, as we have noted numerous times, he seeks it out often. Sometimes we wish he wouldn't seek it out as much, but when you got a player like that, take advantage of it as much as you can. Two receivers to the right in a bunch formation. They'll hand it off to Azita to the right, and nothing cooking that time. There's going to be a loss of play. Still doesn't get tackled to the ground, but it will be a loss on the play, bringing up third and long.
Yeah, that was a big answer there for Gallatin as they needed a negative play and got it there. Harrison may keep that out the backside here before long as he gave that away, and when he came over here, they all went with Azita. Coaches probably saw that and will come back to it.
So they mark it at 3rd and 9. Ball on about the 29-yard line. Trips to the left, one receiver to the right. Shotgun formation. Harrison's going to roll to his left. Finds Busby, and he's going to be tackled there. He's able to fight around it, but nothing going there. He's going to be tackled for maybe a 1-yard loss. And nice answer here by the Green Wave to get a stop. Lebanon unable to even get a first down on that drive. They'll punt it away, and Gallatin will have it probably around midfield.
Thanks to certified athletic trainer Jacob Woodard and the team physician Dr. Lance LeClaire with Vanderbilt Sports Medicine, providing sports medicine coverage tonight for all our student athletes.
I don't know about you guys. I don't know if that's a burger or some barbecue, but something smells good across the way at the concession stand. I kept thinking that smoke was lingering, and then I realized it was the concession stand.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, you won't be able to forget it now. Ball is snapped. Punt is on the way, and it's going to be a short one. It's going to hit around the 40, and it will take.
We can't get a bounce.
Yeah, it is fielded by Juwan Stafford at about the 39 or so in Lebanon territory. So great field position here for Gallatin. Some of their best field position
30
to start a drive this game with 4:42 to go. They spotted at the 36. I thought it made a little further out than that.
The 13-yard punt.
Yeah, Lebanon's got a call on their defense one more time as Gallatin's had pretty decent field position. Lebanon's turned them away so far. We need it again here.
4:42 left to go in the half. 14-0 is your score. Back on the attack go the Green Wave of Gallatin. Barksdale, your quarterback. He's going to keep it this time. Design quarterback run, and he's going to get maybe a yard on it. And that will keep the clock moving.
Yeah, just faked the handoff and kind of followed the running back, Harper, up through the hole. Lebanon just kind of in a stalemate with him, just kind of fighting off the blocks there, and going to be a minimal gain for Gallatin.
Justin Cagle's going to be on the near side at the receiver position. They're also going to run Scott out there as they go triplets to the right. One receiver to the left. They'll snap the ball, and they're going to get it to the running back in the flat, and he's going to break a tackle. He's going to be brought down before the first down, but a dangerous play there. That might have been another 10 yards, and it'll bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, Lebanon just ran the jailbreak there, usually with a screen. That is just a fantastic call. McPeak slowed him, Binion slowed him up, and then McPeak finished him off, held that to less damage than it could have been.
Ball spotted on the 28-yard line in Lebanon territory, 3rd and 2. Ball is snapped. They're going to, pass was there. He was there. They try to go to Scott on a quick slant route, but it goes through his hands, and that'll bring up 4th down and trailing by 2 touchdowns. I think they're going to go for it here. I don't think they're going to opt for the field goal.
This is their best 4th down opportunity so far. Those other ones were 4th and 5, 4th and 6. This is 4th and a short 2. But on that pass there, John, he rifled that one. You want to take a little off of it there if you're the receiver for Gallatin. It's hard to track that ball when he rifles it in there from 5 yards away.
So big possession here for Green Wave. 2 receivers on either side. And we're going to get a stop in action. I think we're going to get a timeout by one of the teams. And I think it's going to be Lebanon as they want to talk this over. They know how big this one is. We'll take it with them. You're listening to Blue Devil Football here on WANT FM 98.9. Blue Devils leading 14-0 with 3:32 left to go in the half. Appreciate you. Donald Gann, Joe Gardner, and John Boyce with you on a nice, crisp Friday night in late October. That means high school football in full swing. Your Blue Devils leading 14-0 with 3:32 and a huge 4th and 2 coming up for the Green Wave of Gallatin. They'll go 2 receivers on either side. They need 2 yards for the first down. And it's going to be a low throw, no good. The intended receiver was Cagle. And Lebanon's defense, as it has done all year long, comes up with the stop.
I think that's a testament to how well we've played the run tonight, John. You know, a 4th and 1.5 or 2, you pretty much think, especially with your backup quarterback in there, running situation, Gallatin not comfortable in trying to do that and throwing a high percentage pass, but just off the mark, as that young man has not quite made the connection tonight, and we hope that continues for Gallatin's quarterback.
That is a really good point. Yeah, on a 4th and short 2, and you do not run the ball, yeah, that definitely says a lot about the run defense from your Blue Devils. So 1st and 10 for Lebanon. Harrison's going to keep it. He goes right up the middle. Thought he was going to have a clear lane for a moment, but the linebacker there to greet him. Gain of about 5.
And it does 2 things. You gain 5 yards, and again, I say it keeps them from chasing Azita. You know, they can't all just sell out on him now. They have to hesitate for a second to make sure Harrison's not keeping it, and that will give Azita a time maybe to face 2 or 3 of them instead of 4 or 5 of them.
Guys, I want to go back to Azita. We were talking a little while ago about him being 930-something yards. And you say, well, it's 8 games, so that's not that impressive. No, he's 6 games, and actually 5.5 games.
Yes.
So his numbers are very impressive. I think it was like 156 yards a game is what his actual average is.
Boy, and right on cue here, he's going to muscle his way down for a first down. He gets around the corner, and he's eventually brought down near the 40 into Green Wave territory. That might have done it right there, boys. He might be over 1,000.
They're starting to get close. We'll let Donald work on it. You know, Gallatin's starting to get tired of tackling him. And again, it has something to do with their offense. If they're scoring and keeping pace with us, you kind of bring a little more to the party. Now they're kind of like, well, we're down by 2 touchdowns. I'm not sure I really want to tackle this guy as hard as I did in the first quarter. Let's just hope we continue to wear these guys down. 2:35 to go in the half, John, and driving for our Blue Devils.
That's another Wilson Bank and Trust first down. 2 receivers to the left, 1 on the right side. Ball spotted on the right hash on about the 38-yard line. They'll snap it. Harrison's going to keep it, turns and fires, and was trying to get it out there. Was that Abram Thompson?
Rogers.
Rogers.
He did catch it.
He did catch it. Wow, I thought he dropped it. It was a low throw. He caught it around close to the knees. And that might be Brecken Rogers' first reception of the season.
Is that Rogers?
He had to reach behind him a little bit, just that little fullback in the flat there, sniffer in the flat. Again, he catches it. He may get the first down, but still a good positive gain of 3 or 4 yards, bring up 2nd and 6.
And as you said a moment ago, Joe, that keeps the defense honest with Gianna Zeta.
Yes.
Don't have to hit other targets that often, but you do have to hit them. So it brings up a 2nd and 6 with 2:25 left to play in the half. Harrison will get it, flag on the play, and I think this might be going against Lebanon. False start on Lebanon, so they'll back up 5. So that'll bring up 2nd and long.
Against the Blue Devils, illegal procedure.
Yeah, and just, you know, we've done a better job cleaning up our penalties in the last couple of weeks, but we've had a couple of pre-snap penalties that we're in good shape to start with, and now we're behind the chains again on 2nd and 11. Lebanon with 2 timeouts, 2:23 to go in the half. Ball on Gallatin's 38-yard line.
3 receivers to the left, and Busby, Gardner, and Gavin Gregory. Cersei up top. Azita will go into motion over to the right. Harrison's going to keep it, and they knew exactly what was happening there. That was film study right there by the Gallatin defense because they knew exactly what Lebanon wanted to do. Harrison tackled for a loss. Now it'll bring up about 3rd and 12. Lebanon most likely, I don't know, they might still punt right here. We'll have to find out. Maybe if you get another 5 yards on this play, you keep it for a 4th down play. With exactly 2 minutes to play in the half, Lebanon leading 14-0. And again, remember, Lebanon will receive the opening kickoff of the second half. And Lebanon in no particular rush here, 7 on the play clock.
letting that clock run. That way, if we have to give it back to the green wave, they don't have a lot of time to work with.
2 receivers on either side. Ball on the right hash and another whistle.
The clock.
Timeout. We got it before.
Yeah, well, the play clock was flashing. The scoreboard clock was flashing, too.
Timeout, Blue Devils.
So Lebanon burns a timeout here. Just their first of the half with 1:36 left to play in the half. Want to remind you guys to stick with us at halftime as we'll send it back to the station, to the WANT Fakes and Hooker scoreboard boys, as they'll give you all of the scores that we have so far, not only in the region but in the county. Green Hill playing Wilson Central, Mount Juliet playing Cookeville, Watertown playing Liberty Creek, and Friendship Christian playing Mount Juliet Christian. So we have 2 games going on in Wilson County that involves 4 total Wilson County teams with just 1 game to go after tonight. That playoff picture becoming more and more clear. Lebanon wins tonight. Depending on how some of the other games conclude, it could solidify Lebanon in that number 2 spot. We'll have to see. Close one right now between Mount Juliet and Cookeville. Again, the scoreboard boys will fill you in on that here at half. 1:36 left to go. They'll wind the clock. 3:13. 3:13. 3rd down and 13 is what I mean to say. They'll hand it off to Azita. He takes it over to the right. He's got a blocker. He's going to have the first down. Yes, he does. First down, Lebanon on a 3rd and 13, a called run play. That's the confidence you have in number 17.
Well, that's the difference in a run game and one that is struggling. You don't run it on 4th and 1, but you do run it on 3rd and 13.
Ball down to the 25-yard line. Lebanon going with a little pace here. Harrison rolling to his right, turns and fires. Not there as the intended receiver was Gavin Gregory. That'll stop the clock at 1:14, bringing up 2nd and 10.
All right. The Azita clock on 1,000 is already passed, boys.
Okay.
So Gian Azita officially over 1,000 yards. And again, 1 game, 1,010?
No. 6 games.
6 games, yeah, I was going to say 1 game was called after 1 quarter due to lightning. Then he gets injured on the opening play of the second half against Mount Juliet and then sits out 2 games. So you can do all the math on that one. Trips to the left. Ball is snapped. Harrison is going to find Busby. Busby is going to be tackled, and that's going to be a bit of a loss. Never officially on the ground, but forward progress was stopped. So that's going to be a loss on the play.
Sorry, John. You almost just have to hit Gallatin just vertically right up the middle. They are still so fast, even with some of the places they're struggling, that you throw it out there in space, and our athletes usually you have room to run, and they close the gap quickly. I think we're going to just have to keep pounding them vertically here and hope something else opens up. 40 seconds and counting.
Yeah, Lebanon controlling the clock here. They can take this one most likely all the way down. Even if they don't convert, they can get this one into the locker room. They'll snap the ball. High snap, and Harrison, well, he bounced it on the ground like a basketball to bring it back up to him, and that is a loss on the play. It'll bring up 4th and long. Timeout called with 22 seconds remaining in the half. Lebanon will just try to probably have a positive gain here on this next play and make Gallatin go as far as they want. If they were right now spotted on the 30, so they'd be 70 yards away right now if they were to get it where it is. But you run the ball here, they have no more timeout, so they would not be able to stop the clock.
You throw it in the end zone, I think, hopefully get a PI or something.
It's so funny, though, how different offenses play when they have an agenda. If you're trying to run clock or you're trying to just finish a half sometimes. Sometimes, you find yourself making the mistakes because you get out of what you want to do. And Lebanon had a good opportunity there, and we still made to maybe tack some more points on the board. And as we kind of started playing clock and doing a few things, we've had a penalty. We've had a couple of negative plays. And now I think we may just take a shot either for the first down or the touchdown. And then, like you said, they turn around and play defense.
They'll send trips over to the left. Nobody really out wide, nobody to the right. 4th and 15 for the Blue Devils. They're going to keep it with Harrison. He turns, flag on the play. He's going to try to run the ball, broke a tackle, takes it over to the right, dancing near the first down. He's going to have the first down, but let's wait and see what the flag is.
I'm afraid that's going to be holding on us as they shot a couple through. The penalty flag came really early. But that would be a first down and a big play by Harrison there, but I'm afraid it's going to go for naught.
Yeah, and body language of the Blue Devils makes you think that too.
We may just chunk one toward the end zone, boys, here after the penalty's marked off.
Yeah, holding is called, so wipe away the gain, will remain fourth down, and not a terrible situation. I mean, you'd love to have a shot at the end zone with that first down gain that Harrison just had, but now with just 9 seconds left.
What's their penalties tonight, Donald?
That was our 5th penalty for 30 yards.
Yeah, that's too many guys again in the first half. Already at 5.
Backs them back to the 40-yard line. Need to get down to the 25 for the first down. Lebanon will have 3 receivers to the right, including Gianna Zeta. They're going to put Gavin Gregory right there on the right hip. He'll now go on a motion to the left for an empty backfield and a shotgun formation. So 5 total receivers out there, 3 to the right. Harrison with the ball. Got plenty of time. He's going to air it out down the field and nobody there, and that's going to be intercepted. With no time on the clock, all Lebanon has to do is make a tackle here. He's dancing around. He gets it to the 30. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to be caught from behind.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Gregory took a shot right there.
Yeah, and he took it from his own man. We've got a lot of punching and fighting going down here at the moment. Let's see if any flags come out. Not sure what caused that.
Searcy on that tackle as he was chasing down the player from behind on his way down. Another Blue Devil came in and got him pretty good. And kudos here to the Gallatin staff here, as they were the first ones out there to help him out as he was right in front of their bench, and we'll wait and see how that happens. So that is how the first half will end. 14-0 is your score. Lebanon in front of the Green Wave here at half. We're going to send it back to the station for 60 seconds. When we come back, we're going to give you Joe and John's initial thoughts on the first half. You're listening to Blue Devil Football here on WANT FM 98.9. Bad snap on an attempted punt, and Lebanon able to get it in. After that, only one touchdown. In the first half, after that first play, you kind of start to think, oh, it could be one of those games, and then Gallatin's defense has stepped up, I believe.
Well, I'm very impressed with our defense, and I want to start there because I have said it this week. I was very scared of Gallatin's offense, kind of like Green Hill last week. Even in their losses, they scored 29 points against Beach last week and really was neck and neck with those guys. And Beach is a very tough program defensively and physically, but I just thought Gallatin may have had a few issues defensively, but offensively we were going to have a hard time. And us giving those guys the ball in good field position several times tonight and still being a goose egg on that scoreboard, John, I think we have to start there.
Boy, this Lebanon defense has only given up 91 total points all season. 22 in the first quarter, 31 in the second quarter, 22 in the third, and just 16 fourth quarter points have been given up by this Blue Devil defense all year. They've held their opponents to an average of 11.4 points per game. That was actually below 10 points per game before the game last.
ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome to your halftime entertainment, the Pride of the Greenway Marching Band.
The fuse you're about to hear got a powerful inner thought going on inside the mind of a champ, which is the inner symphony of great music. The epic soundtrack of success.
You might have your attention. We've got a special presentation coming up, the High Point Health Scholarship presentation. Just a moment. We're proud to present our High Point Health with Ascension St. Thomas Scholarship winners tonight. This is a new scholarship established between the hospital and school to recognize students' excellence in athletics and the arts. High Point Health with Ascension St. Thomas has been serving the Sumner County region for more than 65 years. From emergency care to cardiology and women's services, the hospital has cared for generations of Gallatin High School graduates. High Point Health is now the school's official sports medicine health care provider. The winners of the $3,000 scholarship, female athlete Lucia Rivera, bowling, male athlete Jacob Hall, bowling and cross country, and band member Brian Medina Hernandez. Congratulations all of you.
On WANT FM 98.9, we'll be back.
Our city proudly supports the Lebanon High School football program. From the spirited Lebanon High School band and cheer team to the electrifying Friday night lights at Clifton Tribble Field, Danny Watkins Stadium, there is always excitement in the air. Thank you to the Lebanon Police Department and Lebanon Fire Department for ensuring our community safety throughout every game. The Lebanon City Council and I work hard to give our first responders the support they need to protect and serve our neighborhoods. As a proud Lebanon High School graduate, I truly believe once a Blue Devil, always a Blue Devil.
Hey, this is Paul with Bates Ford. Come visit our location at 1780 Franklin Road. We have over 300 vehicles to choose from, a state-of-the-art service department, free pickup and delivery. You can visit us on the web at www.tonybatesford.com or give us a call at 615-444-8221. That's Bates Ford, 1780 Franklin Road, the dealer that will trade for anything that don't eat.
Shortfield, home of the Green Wave. Tonight, home of the Union Red Devils, as Gallatin High School is wearing some throwback jerseys from the Union Red Devil days, a school that closed back in 1970, paying a little homage here, and what a beautiful thing to do. And we're going to try to put I believe we're good to go. He is on the field and in his uniform. That is a great sign if you are the Lebanon Blue Devils.
Well, a little nervous, John. Our kickoff return team ran out there, and I know Gregory's definitely on that. He wasn't in the initial huddle, but the 11th man coming off that sideline was number 7 himself, Gavin Gregory.
And now he's walking out there right now, both hands up in the air, maybe saying a little prayer to himself, thanking the good Lord above. Never a bad time to do that.
Maybe pay attention if you're Lebanon here. Gallatin going to get a little desperate as they know big implications and they need a spark. You better be alert if you're on that front line for Lebanon.
To recap what we talked about at the top of the broadcast, the winner of this game not necessarily guaranteed second place, but if you lose, you're not going to finish in second place. So you're going to have to win this game if you want to be in second place. Got to look at the scoreboard of some other games to really know, but with one game to go, if you win this, you're in the driver's seat to be able to host a first-round game at home. So back to receive for Lebanon. We do have Gavin Gregory, and I believe, is it Busby as well back there?
I believe you're right.
Busby, both of them standing on about the 10-yard line.
We got one on the goal line.
No, we do. You're right. That's Gregory on the goal line. They will kick it away, and that's going to go to Gregory. He'll field it in the end zone. Bobbled it, but he can't come out with it. And Lebanon will start on the 20-yard line for the first drive of the second half. Glad to have you along, guys, wherever you are, however you are tuned in. We greatly appreciate you. Your third quarter brought to you by the Lebanon Police Department. Chief Mike Justice with the men and women in blue, proud to back the big blue. So first snap of the second half. See two receivers go out to the right in a stacked formation. Nobody on the near side. Ball right in the middle of the field. Azita in the backfield in a pistol formation. Brecken Rogers and Thompson now move over to the right. At tight end and H-back. Ball is dropped on the ground. It's on the ground, and they picked it up. Gallatin picked it up on the first snap. It never even got to Harrison's hands on a bad snap, and Gallatin will have their best field position of the game, and this is massive to start the second half.
Massive. Again, just throw the opening kickoff out the windows. We just squandered that away. And again, we just thought just do a few positive things, and I don't know what happened. It never came off the ground. It rolled back there, and we never put a hand on it.
Well, and now Lebanon rushing on, almost gets a penalty there. They'll hand it off. They're going to get it down to about the 10, close to a first down. Will be short by about 2 yards, and what an opportunity here for the Green Wave. They're going to go with a little bit of hurry up here. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ball spotted on the right hash. They're going to hand it off to the running back. He's going to be tackled at about the 6 or 7 yard line.
First down.
And that will give them a first down. So they'll have 4 shots at the end zone here. Malachi Harper on the carry. Again, they'll go hurry up. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Bobbled snap. Able to reel it in, and he's going to be tackled maybe at the line of scrimmage as Barksdale had to make something out of that one.
Not sure what's going on down here late. Just a couple of arms flailing. I thought maybe they were going to throw something there. Just separated them there. Just kind of a little cautious there on that penalty.
Green Wave driving to the right as you listen in on your radio dial. Again, he's going to quarterback run, and he's going to be into the end zone. Malachi Harper gets a gift and opens it up in the end zone as Lebanon fumbled the opening snap of the second half and gave Gallatin their best field position of the game. Gallatin makes the Blue Devils pay, and that last 2 snaps for Lebanon have resulted in turnovers.
Yeah, and just, breathe life into those guys. Donald said it. They've been stagnant, and now you give somebody life in a game like that, not a good deal for our Blue Devils. Number 43, Oschenbronner, on to attempt. Number 3, Reddings on to hold.
Oh, he missed it.
Snap, hold, and that kick somehow found its way through. 10:57 to go in the third quarter. It's Lebanon 14, Gallatin 7. Back after the short break.
Supply.
Action. The Green Wave have cut this Blue Devil lead in half. It's now 14-7.
Yeah, John, Gallatin took advantage of our fumble in the first snap of the second half. Barksdale went in on a 5-yard TD run. Oschenbomber with the PAT was good. That was 18 yards on 4 plays. Lebanon now leads 14-7 with 10:57 remaining in the third quarter.
Lebanon again, 3 guys back to receive. This kickoff with Gavin Gregory on his own goal line. Ball right there on the 40-yard line in the middle. They'll kick it away. And that's going to go into the end zone as well, I believe. And Gregory, he wanted to bring that one out, but well, a little deja vu. Let's hope this one's a little different as once again the Blue Devils will start on their own 20-yard line. And this is a situation you hear Coach talk about a lot. You got to snap and clear here. Can't blame the defense at all for that 7 points on the board. Offense has got to be able to pick themselves back up. Cersei and Gregory are going to be on the near side. Nobody up top. Azita in the backfield in a pistol formation. Brecken Rogers over there on the right side. Now him and Thompson will go in motion to the left. They'll snap the ball. Harrison's going to hand it off to Azita. He's going to go right up the middle, and he's going to push that pile forward for about 4 yards.
And his helmet came off, so Azita will have to come out.
So per the rule, With his helmet coming off, Azita will have to come out for one play.
Made by Scott.
And we'll see who they run in there. They might be. Who is that running?
That's Wilson.
Wilson is going to come in. He has seen some action at running back when Azita went down with injury. He'll go in at tailback.
The 22-yard line.
Normally in there at linebacker.
Let's see if Harrison keeps this one in his hands. Maybe fakes that handoff to Wilson and keeps himself up the middle.
They only gave him 3 on the carry, so 2nd and 7. 14-7 is your score. Lebanon with the ball in the lead. They'll go into a shotgun formation. Harrison will keep it this time. Spins away from a tackler. He's going to get close to first down, but he's going to be stopped short by about maybe 2 yards, bringing up a 3rd and 2. Wilson will come off, and Azita will come back in.
Nothing against Deontay Wilson, and he's a fine runner of the football, but you don't want to take a chance handing it to a young man that's kind of cold on the offensive side of the ball and risk a turnover. I thought maybe that was a play going to bring up a 3rd and short. Azita back in with his helmet on.
And again, that actually gets it 3rd and 1. I thought it was going to be a little short of that. So 2 receivers to the right, nobody on the near side. Ball spotted right in the middle of the field. Pistol formation with Azita in the backfield. They'll snap it to Harrison. He hands it off to Azita right up the middle, and he's going to get the first down for another Wilson Bank and Trust first down. And he didn't get much more than a yard, but he got it.
Well, they knew it was coming. They sent a run blitz right up the gap he was running in. Just thank goodness we have that young man back there. He ran through that tackle and drug him for a yard or 2 to get the first down. Going to set up another set of down for our Blue Devils.
Jonah Gardner into the game at receiver. He'll be in the slot position over on the right. Nobody on the near side, and an official's timeout here.
He's got a visor off somebody's helmet, and he's going to hand it to one of the coaches.
Looks like Coach Gentry out to grab it. So again, nobody on the near side. One receiver over to the right in Gardner. Azita will move to the left hip now, going into a shotgun formation. They're going to hand it off to Azita. He's going to take it to the right, and he's going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. 9 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Lebanon leading 14-7 here on the road in Gallatin. They'll spot the ball over on the right hash, right on the 30 in Lebanon's territory. Driving to the left as you're listening on your radio dial. Go ahead, Joe.
And you can see, John, just a little bit of life that Gallatin's defense has from that score. They are packing it in there and trying to tackle 17.
Jonah Gardner will move over to the left. Only receiver out there right now. They're going to hand it to Azita. He'll take it to the right. He's going to find a little bit of space, and he's going to push forward and keep pushing forward and keep pushing forward for another first down all the way to the 45.
The backbreaker. You hate it. They had them 3 or 4 people there. You hate it if you're Gallatin. You're doing everything right, but you can't account for somebody like that. He ran through 3 or 4, dragging 3 or 4, and got us a new first down, and that is a big-time play there by Gian Azita.
If there are any farmers out there who has a broke-down tractor and you're needing to plow some land, call Gian Azita.
Yeah, he hires out, I tell you.
Good grief. It is amazing what happens when he gets in that pile. Those legs just keep pushing, and they could not bring him down. So fresh set of downs for the Blue Devils on the 45, still in Lebanon territory. One receiver out to the right. They're going to fire over there. That was Gardner, and they overthrew him to the sideline, so that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I think the end affected that one a little bit. 0 for them. Preston Mooney, who's a fine defensive player, shot upfield that time and got in Harrison's throwing lane. He kind of threw it wide of Gardner out there out of bounds, but again, that's where you want it if he's going to miss.
Brings up 2nd and 10. Ball spotted on the right hash. Similar formation. Nobody to the left. One receiver to the right. Azita will stay in the backfield. Plenty of time on the play clock. 7:50 on the game clock. Blue Devils leading by a touchdown.
Tackle over. Overloaded on the right side.
They'll send Busby in motion. They're going to hand it off to Azita. Azita finds a space. He might be breaking this one. He gets to the corner. He's got the first down, and he's tackled all the way down.
No.
He got through it. He's down inside the 5. Gian Azita.
Where'd they put him at the
Inside the 5.
Yeah, looks like at about the 3 or 4. That time it was tackle over as Dwayne White, our left tackle, flipped over to the right side. We had 2 tackles. We faked the jet, ran right behind that. That's evidently something that we had saw on film or in the first quarter. And that's the first time I think we flipped that tackle over. And Azita with a big gain is going to bring up 1st and goal. They've got it marked on the 4.
The end of the Zaxby's red zone. Go the Blue Devils. Looking to tack on their 3rd touchdown of the game.
Wilson in at tailback. Azita getting a breather.
Well, he needs it after those runs. They're going to hand it to Wilson. He's going to go right up the middle, and he's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Lebanon. That's a Tim Leeper Roofing scoring play, and what an answer by the Blue Devils after fumbling on the first snap of the half to go 80 yards for a touchdown and go up 20-7 with a PAT on the way.
Guys, Azita's run the ball now 15 times, 131 yards.
131, and that time sharing the wealth, letting Deontay Wilson score a touchdown tonight. Gardner on the hold. Jimenez on to attempt his 3rd try of the night. Snap, hold, kick is good. 7:08 to go in the 3rd quarter. Your Blue Devils 21, the Green Wave of Gallatin 7. More action after this commercial timeout.
Fakes and Hooker Lumber in Lebanon carries a variety of building materials and supplies.
We went 80 yards in 8 plays. Deontay Wilson in for the 3-yard TD run. Jimenez with the PAT was good, but the big run on that was 42 yards by Azita, putting us at the 3-yard line. So in the 3rd quarter, 7:08 remaining in the 3rd, it is now your Lebanon Blue Devils 21, Gallatin 7.
Guys, I had a little trouble finding the number. 21, Deontay Wilson.
Deontay Wilson with a touchdown, I believe his 1st of the season. Nope, his 2nd. He had 1 rushing touchdown earlier this year, so his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. Meanwhile, as I look down, the Green Wave moves the ball. Help me out on that, Joe. What just happened?
They squibbed the ball down there. The good return. Gallatin's going to take over at their own 35.
Here we go. So back out on the field, go the Green Wave, trailing by 2 touchdowns, 21-7 with 7:01 to go in the 3rd quarter. As you listen in on your radio dial, they'll be driving to the right. 2 receivers to the left, 1 on the near side. Ball spotted near that right hash. Pistol formation, they're going to hand it off. And got some space, and he might have the corner.
Holding.
And that's going to come back. That's going to come back. As able to break the biggest run of the day was Malachi Harper, but that's going to come back due to a holding call.
Maybe not all the way back. They still may get a 1st down as it came way downfield. Their receiver holding number 7, Gregory here, and he had him wrapped up right here in front of us there as he couldn't come off to make the play. Big play by Gallatin, but it's going to be cut in half, maybe by a little more than that after the hold.
Would have been still might be their longest run play of the game.
I don't know where they're going to call the flag.
That's the big thing, yeah. So they're going to spot the ball on the
1st down.
47-yard line into Lebanon territory, giving them a 1st down.
Who was that, Harper?
Harper.
1st down at the Blue Devil 47.
Malachi Harper, already 7 touchdowns on the season.
18 yards on that gain there, I believe, may be their biggest.
2 receivers to the left, 1 on the near side. Ball on the right hash. Pistol formation on a 1st and 10. They'll hand it to Harper again. He's going to get another 4 or 5 on this one on 1st down.
Harper smelling a little something to water there, John. Running a little harder than he did that 1st half.
Tackle by 0.
Maybe taking up the challenge after seeing what Azita did.
Well, he smelled the end zone, tasted that a little bit, and I think it's giving him a little juice there as they're coming off the ball a little better on offense.
2nd and 6 here for Gallatin. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Pistol formation. Harper there on the left hip. They're going to throw it this time, and that is batted down. What a great job by Deontay Wilson.
2nd time he's done that tonight. He has read that, and that was a scary play. That one just curls up right there, and when he catches it, he can go. Wilson doing a great job twice tonight of sticking his hand in there.
Brings up 3rd and 6. Ball on the 43-yard line in Lebanon territory. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Still in that pistol formation with an H-back to the left. They'll hand it off once again to Harper, and he's going to get a few yards on this one, but short of the first down by about 3 yards. I believe this will bring up 4th and 3.
McPete saving a big play there. It's identical to the one that they got the holding call and had such the big gain. They're running off that right tackle. McPete don't get him there. They may be off to the races again. Going to bring up a 4th and 4 from the 49.
Now halfway through the 3rd quarter. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Ball spotted on the right hash in a pistol formation. They'll snap the ball. Looking to pass the ball. They're going to air it out. He's there if he doesn't overthrow him, but he does overthrow him, and that is fortunate for the Blue Devils as Pierce Anderson was beat down the left side. Scott had him by a step, and that would have been a touchdown if he doesn't overthrow him. Unfortunate there.
I love Pierce Anderson, but you do not want to be in a foot race. I know the coaches did not like that matchup as he ended up one-on-one. You do not want a safety on a slot receiver, but I don't know that they've converted a 4th down tonight, Donald. They've had, and maybe they have, but I know there's been a bunch that we've thwarted right here at midfield, and that's another testament to our Blue Devils.
So Lebanon will take over after the turnover on downs by Gallatin. Ball right on the 40-yard line in their own territory, spotted on the left hash.
Zeta back in there after his break.
Zeta in the backfield. We've got TJ Searcy up top. And is that Busby here on the near side? Yes, it is. He'll go into motion. They're going to toss it to him. He's going to take it to the right with Zeta leading his blocker. He's got some guys he's got to beat. He's not going to get past them, and he's going to get tackled for about a 2-yard loss over to the right.
You just can't run east and west against these guys. You have to hit them north and south. That's where we've had all that success. Buckeye Drugs, the Blue Devil football program appreciates the support of Corey McDonald and the fine folks at Buckeye Drugs, 315 North Cumberland Street, a full-service independent pharmacy. Please visit Buckeye Drugs today for all your information.
Clock is wound. It'll be under 5 minutes by the time Lebanon snaps the ball. Looking at a 2nd and 12. Ball now over on the right hash on the 38-yard line in Lebanon territory. Nobody on the near side. 2 receivers to the right. Azita in the backfield in a pistol formation. Brecken Rogers and Thompson will go in motion over to the left. Azita will move to the right hip. They'll snap the ball. Harrison's going to run to the right, and the defense was there. That's going to be a big-time loss, and they knew exactly what Lebanon was doing that time.
Yeah, just 2 negative plays there. It's just, a couple of times tonight you feel like Lebanon kind of can put a nail in a coffin, and both times we've been able to do that. Gallatin's still showing plenty of fight and life here midway through the 3rd.
Got to give Gallatin's coaching staff and players some credit there. Looks like they did their homework as they've been able to sniff out numerous plays before the ball was snapped. So it brings up 3rd and 17 for the Blue Devils. Ball back now on the 33-yard line in Lebanon territory. Trips to the left. They'll send Azita in motion to the same way. They want to get it to him with blockers, and that's going to be intercepted. And Gardner is going to save a touchdown as he ran them down, but an interception, and they bring it inside the 10-yard line. Jonah Gardner saves what would have been an easy touchdown, giving the Blue Devil defense an opportunity to keep them out, but a huge play and 2 turnovers now in the second half by the Blue Devils is keeping Gallatin in this football game.
Too slow developing of a play. We ran Gian in motion. Harrison took the snap, looked at him for a couple of seconds. I saw that guy creeping up. He saw it in the first half. You've got to either throw that ball quicker or not throw it at all.
They'll have a receiver on either side. They'll stick in that pistol formation, a heavy package. They're going to do a design quarterback run. He's going to hop, and he's going to be short as Busby again. A great tackle, saves a touchdown at least for the moment. But it's down to about the 2-yard line, maybe the 1. Brings up 2nd and 1, 2nd and goal. 3:30 and counting to go on the 3rd. Lebanon leading 21-7. High snap again. They'll hand it, and he's going to get into the end zone as Malachi Harper will get another rushing touchdown. Gallatin will kick the extra point here, and they can cut it to 7 points once again if they can convert the PAT.
And, even that wasn't a high-risk play by our offense. I think you'd ask our offensive coaches, we'd like to have that one back. Again, they're struggling. It's 3rd and 17. I'm not sure how much you're going to get out of that little route. I think you just hand it off there. Again, that's a pretty good option for us, but you just hand it off, and if you don't get it, you punt it. But again, we've given them life. We've handed them 2 turnovers, and we put them back in this ball game. Number 43, Austin Bryder on for his 2nd attempt. Riddings on the hold. Snap, spot, kick is good. 3:23 to go in this contest. It's 11 Blue Devils 21, Gallatin 14. More Blue Devil football after this short timeout.
Yeah, John, Gallatin took advantage of the INT. Didn't have to go but 7 yards in 3 plays. Harper, 1-yard TD run. Asham Bomber, no, I'm not saying it right. I apologize. PAT was good. 3:23 still remaining in the 3rd quarter. Is now your Lebanon Blue Devils 21, Gallatin 14.
Austin Harrison with his 2nd interception of the game. And that one leads to a score. The fumble on the opening play of the 2nd half also leading to a score. Gallatin's got 2 touchdowns and less than 100 yards of total offense. They'll kick it away. That's into the end zone. And Lebanon, for the 3rd time this quarter, will take the ball at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and if you're Gallatin, you should be excited about it, as we have been their best offense so far, just giving them the ball twice. I guarantee if you're Coach Gentry, you tell our team at the halftime, hey, guys, we're playing good ball. We don't make any silly mistakes and hand them and give them anything. We should be fine. Well, we've done just the opposite of that. We give it to them twice, and now we're in a fight.
Yeah, you hold them scoreless for the first 24 minutes of the game, and then they get 2 touchdowns in less than a quarter. That's tough. Hard to put any of that on the defense as well. Lebanon responded after the first score in the quarter. We'll see how they do here. Ball spotted right in the middle of the field. Azita in the backfield in a pistol formation. Busby here on the near side. He'll go into motion. They're going to hand it to Azita. He's going to take it to the left. Gets past a couple of defenders, and he's going to carry them to the 1st down all the way out to the 35 for another Wilson Bacon Trust 1st down. And in Gianna Zita we trust.
Well, guys, just do it all right. Let's just take the middleman out and quit messing around with it, and let's hand it to the ball. We've changed the oil. We changed the tires at half, and this diesel's ready to run in the 2nd half, and let's let him go.
Ball spotted on the left hash. It'll be under 3 minutes by the time Lebanon snaps the ball in the 3rd, leading by a touchdown. Busby will flip to the other side and go into the slot position on the right. Nobody on the near side. Azita again in the backfield in a pistol formation. Brecken Rogers over to the right at the halfback spot. Busby again into motion. They're going to hand it off to Azita, this time to the right, and he's going to he throws a defender off of him but couldn't break the tackle. Gain maybe of about 2 or 3. We'll see where they spot it.
About the 39.
Down by Mooney.
That would be a 3-yard gain, and we got a Blue Devil laying on the ground now. One of the linemen, I believe. We'll see who he is, and he's going to hop right up. That's Juwan Stafford, and he's telling everybody he's okay. I think maybe he was just wanting to catch his breath a bit.
I'm not really sure.
Well, now they're talking to him.
I mean, I guess, he didn't want to come off, and they're telling him you have to come off.
I was about to ask you that. He was down long enough to have to come off because the trainers came out, correct?
Yeah, that's exactly right. If it stops play and they have to bring a whistle, they'll give you the benefit of the doubt for a second. But, I think they're just taking him out. I think he got hit from behind there at the tight end position as we're a little short at tight end, with Thompson being a little banged up and a couple of other injuries there. But looks like he's going to be fine walking off the field. And
even a little jog, so he's all right.
Yeah.
Tough kid. Tough kid. 2nd and 6. Clock is wound there. 2:30 to play in the quarter. 21-14. Lebanon looking to answer after their 3rd turnover of the game. Gives 2 short field opportunities to Gallatin, and they take advantage. Ball spotted on the right hash. 2 receivers to the right, nobody on the near side. Azita once again in the backfield in a pistol formation. Oh, and a great job by Austin Harrison. He pulls that defensive line across the line of scrimmage, and Lebanon will get a free 5 yards out of this one. Second time tonight the senior has done that.
And what a great time, just coming out of a little pause there, a little break after the injury timeout. You know, defense lines up ready to go, and you pull the string on them again.
Boy, that's beautiful. They'll stay in the same formation, but now just 2 yards to get, or a long one for the first down. Azita will stay in the backfield in a pistol formation. They'll snap the ball, hand it to Azita. He's going to have the first down and then some. Breaks a couple of tackles, plowing over some guys, continues to turn down close to the 40. They'll probably have him down at about the 41. And a flag on the play well after the play is over.
Tackle by Mooney, flag on the play.
And we'll see where this goes. And Lebanon already turning to walk the other way.
It's still a first down. It was after the play.
Yeah, so this should be some sort of personal foul.
It's boosted.
That will result in a Wilson Bank and Trust first down.
After the play.
Oh.
Yeah, it is a first down, but they will mark off 15. It was not offsetting. Evidently we did or said something there, John, after that run. And still going to be a first down, but just not going to get, well.
I don't know. I think they're saying second down because
the official signal first down. It's after the play.
There you go.
It's after the play. There's no way, and that's what they're doing. The box has changed to 1. Now we just got to set the chains.
But you hate seeing the ball goes from being in Gallatin territory back over to Lebanon territory.
Yeah, we had it at the 43. Now we're exactly back at our 43.
The other 43.
Well, it just eats a little more time if we can capitalize on this drive, but that's the big if.
They'll snap the ball under 1:50 to go in the third. Lebanon leading by a touchdown, driving to the left as you listen in.
Tackle over again.
One receiver over to the right in Gardner. Nobody to the left. They're going to hand it to Azita. He'll take it to the right. He's going to get about 3 or 4 on the play.
10 on the carry.
And the clock will keep moving.
Adjusted to a little bit of theirs. We flipped that tackle again to see if they'd react better because we had success the first time we did it last possession. Going to bring up a 2nd and 6.
If Lebanon would choose to do so, they could snap this under a minute to go in the quarter as they move guys around a bit. Jonah Gardner now will come on the near side into that slot position. Brecken Rogers will stay in at H-back on the right side. Azita in the backfield in a pistol formation. They snap the ball under a minute to go. They'll hand it to Azita. He takes it over to the right, bounces off a couple of guys. Probably going to be maybe a yard on the play. Still didn't get tackled, but forward progress stopped.
Well, we, again, flipped that tackle over. That time Gallatin ran 3 or 4 over there. I just think there's going to be something that we're going to try to do off that. What's going to be the complement, what's going to be the sister play to something like that. We'll look for it going forward.
This will be the last play, most likely, of the third quarter.
Lebanon will have to snap it as there's a 10-second difference in the play clock and the game clock.
Ball spotted at the 48 in Gallatin territory near the right hash. Nobody on the near side. They'll send Busby in motion. They're going to hand it off to Azita. Azita's going to go to the right, and he's going to fall forward. He's going to get across the 50, but short of the first down, and that will bring the third quarter to a close. 3 touchdowns scored in the quarter, 2 by Gallatin, 1 by the Blue Devils. And that'll bring up fourth quarter with a 21-14 score. You're listening to Lebanon High School football on WANT-FM 98.9. Fourth quarter action coming up in just a moment. Welcome back out to Calvin Short Field here in Sumner County, home of the Green Wave of Gallatin. Tonight, you could say it's the Blue Devils versus the Red Devils, as Gallatin is wearing their throwback uniforms from Union High School, which was located right here in Gallatin. Closed its doors in 1970, paying a little homage, if you will, here for the Green Wave. For the Blue Devils, though, big fourth down coming up. They're still in their huddle, and I would believe if they're still in their huddle, that means they're going to go for it here on 4th and 2.
Well, the big decision here, y'all both discussed it on the break. You know, we can, definitely got a lot of ball to play, but we can definitely go a long way here toward extending this drive with a first down. If you don't get it and you turn the ball over, that's going to be another big shot in the arm for the Green Wave.
Right at midfield, 2 yards to gain for the first down. Lebanon now moving to the right as you listen in. Busby once again will go into motion. They're going to hand it to Azita. Azita's going to power his way through, and he's going to get his first down. And again, he's met with tacklers in the backfield, and he pushes forward for 6 or 7 yards to give Lebanon another Wilson Bank and Trust first down into Gallatin territory, down close to the 42-yard line, and Lebanon gets a fresh set of downs to start the fourth quarter.
Well, that time, John, he not only was carrying tacklers, he had a couple of Lebanon's offensive linemen on his back. As he wasn't going to wait on the hole that time. He burrowed up in there and just carried a whole mass of people with him. First down for our Blue Devils.
And Azita's shaking up a little bit. He's on the sideline right now, and Wilson back out at that tailback position. Doesn't look like he's going to the tent quite yet, but I think maybe that left arm got a stinger, and Lebanon calling a timeout here. I think they want to talk it over, and Coach Gentry also talking to that official.
He's wondering why they didn't reset the play clock there after the injury. We were getting late, and, of course, again, he did not want to get a negative play there and get behind the chains and be 1st and 15, so we had to burn one there. But I think he's right. He said we should have reset that play clock. That's the signal he was given, but we did not get that.
Fourth quarter brought to you by Hardee's, located on West Main and South Cumberland Street. Hardee's is serving up charbroiled burgers and made-from-scratch biscuits 7 days a week. Hard to fathom that this Thursday will be the last game of the regular season, just 6 days away from the regular season closing up. It will be senior night for the Blue Devils. We hope everybody will come on out and support the Big Blue and pack the house. We know Lebanon has proven that they will travel. Great crowd on hand tonight. And let's shout out, by the way, the student section. I'm assuming it is a construction theme, as you can't miss them, as all of the students out in the student section wearing those bright yellow and orange vests that you see construction workers wear, and cheerleaders wearing them as well. And somebody out there in a Chick-fil-A cow outfit. We'll leave that one alone. Eat more chicken, right, fellas?
That's right.
First and 10 for the Blue Devils. 11:28 left to go in the ball game. Lebanon leading by a touchdown. Ball spotted on the right hash. Busby goes into motion over to the right. Harrison on a design quarterback run. He's got some space and some blockers. He's got his first down. He's going down the left sideline. He pushes his guy down. He cuts it back upfield. He's looking for the end zone. He's going to get into the end zone. Quarterback run, a 40-yard run for Austin Harrison, and Lebanon goes up 2 touchdowns with a PAT on the way.
Guys, they just didn't line up right if you're Gallatin. Deontay Wilson was the lead blocker. I've never seen a lead blocker turn around and look at the quarterback, and he was waving his arms like, follow me, come this way, instead of blocking. He didn't receive contact till 15 or 20 yards down the field, and just the best from Gallatin will take it. Gardner on the hole, Jimenez on to attempt. Snaps a little high. We're going to get it down. And Jimenez is going to get it through. 11-11 to go in this contest. Your Blue Devils 28, Gallatin 14. Back after the short break.
Hey, Blue Devil fans. I'm Lebanon Police Chief Mike Justice.
Go Big Blue.
11-11 left to go in the ball game, and Lebanon goes up by 2 scores, 28-14. Here's Donald Gann with your scoring summary.
Guys, that's Lebanon's third 80-yard drive tonight. We went 80 yards, 10 plays. Harrison, 41-yard TD run. Jimenez, PAT good. 11-11 remaining in your ball game. It is now your Lebanon High School Blue Devils 28, Gallatin 14.
Boy, able to score that 40-yard run with Azita on the sideline, also big for the Blue Devils. And it's a bit of a squib kick for Lebanon. It's going to be fielded around the 15-yard line. Makes it out to the 30, to the sideline, and out of bounds around the 37, 38-yard line. Nice return there for Gallatin.
That kid is quick as a cat, fellas. I'm telling you, he steps in and out of tackles. He can change direction, and I'm glad he doesn't handle the football more than he does.
That is Ani Ontarius.
Scott. His last name is Scott.
Scott, yeah.
Yeah, he's got 2 or 3 names on here.
Ontarius Ani, as I think they like to call him, Ani Scott.
I'm like Joe. I don't know why that young man don't touch the ball more. Well, I'm glad he don't.
Yeah. Big spot here for the Green Wave with right at 11 minutes to play, trailing by 2. This offense has been unable to score in a long field situation. Talk about a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde night for the Lebanon offense. A lot of good and a lot of bad tonight for the Blue Devils offensively. 2 receivers on the near side. They're going to hand it off once again to Harper. He's going to take it over to the left. He's dragging a couple of Blue Devils with him. He's going to get about 8 or 9 on the carry. Under 11 to play.
Shop Spring Creamery, located at 2816 Sparta Pike, is the official chocolate milk of Blue Devil football. Don't forget about their ice cream, as we're getting a little cooler, though.
You know, research says if you eat ice cream when it's cold, it actually warms you up.
There you go.
Get that internal temperature.
I'm good with it.
You know, I'll take it, right? Oh, nice play out to the right. They're going to get the first down and then some. Pushing the ball down the field. Harper has it, and he's going to eventually be brought down near the 20-yard line, and that's exactly what Gallatin needed. Quite possibly their biggest play from scrimmage tonight.
Yeah, that was pretty. He threw the little flare. He threw it out in front of him. He caught it running. Their receiver sealed our corner to the inside. Really good job that it just only resulted in that.
He stepped out of bounds before the 20, so they spotted at the 29. They're going to go with some pace here. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. High snap. They're going to hand it off once again, and about 5 yards on the carry again for Harper.
Gallatin's defense definitely did a little better job of getting a push. You know, Lebanon didn't give them anything in that first half mostly. We had penetration and they couldn't get going. Now they're getting a push and they're a little more pep in their step offensively.
2nd and 5 on the 24-yard line. High snap again, and he's just got to reel it in. He's going to get tackled near the line of scrimmage. That's a good job by Barksdale just to bring that ball in. That was almost over his head. That'll bring up 3rd and maybe 6 if he lost a yard or 2. We'll see.
He got a couple yards out of it, guys. Yeah, he did.
He got hit 3 or 4 behind, but he spun out and drug a very, very isolated solo effort by that young man there. But they've got the yips on their snaps. We've had plenty of them. We need another one.
3rd and 3. Gallatin will be in a 4-down territory here. 1 receiver on either side. Ball right in the middle of the field. They'll hand it off to Harper again. He will not get the first down here.
Harper on the carry.
And they're going to have to go for it on 4th and about 3 in order to keep this drive going. Clock still going with, it'll be under 9 minutes by the time they snap it. All 3 timeouts remaining for Gallatin, 2 for Lebanon.
Yeah, they give them a yard. Gallatin's offense, John. If they don't get this, it's going to kind of discourage them a little here. Same for our Blue Devils. Let's hold them out.
4th and 1. Got to imagine they're handing it off to Malachi Harper here. He'll be in the backfield on the left hip of Barksdale. Barksdale's going to keep it himself on a design run, and he is going to be into the end zone. And what a play design there by Gallatin as they used Harper as bait. Got everybody moving over to the right. He cut it to the left, found some open field, and got across the goal line. That makes it 28-20 with a PAT on the way and 8:42 remaining in the ball game. Remember, folks, all of these points here for Gallatin have come in the second half.
Yeah, they're gashing us a little bit here, making up for lost time. Didn't have a lot of success in the first half. Definitely a different score in the second half. Ostenbronner on to attempt. Try to make this a 1-score game for the Green Wave. Snap, spot, and it slipped just barely over the uprights there. 8:42 to go in the contest. Lebanon 28, Gallatin 21. We'll return right after a word from our sponsors.
Well, as soon as you thought Lebanon was going to seal the deal, Gallatin drives down the field to get a score, making it 28-21 with 8:42 to go.
Yeah, John, that was Gallatin went 62 yards in 6 plays. Barksdale in on a 20-yard TD run. Arschenbarner with a PAT was good. 8:42 remaining in your ball game now. It is Lebanon High School 28, Gallatin 21.
Both these teams know what's on the line here. You win this game, you've got a good chance at hosting a playoff game in about 2 weeks. Again, that's not a done deal to whoever wins, but it drastically helps them out. So Gallatin set to kick off. Lebanon once again 3 players deep. They're going to kick it right down the middle to Gregory, and this one again goes into the end zone for a touchback, and Lebanon will bring it out to the 20-yard line.
Guys, that's such an unheralded weapon. You know, how many times have we had to give them ball around the 35 or 40, squib it, kick it short? That's just how we do it. Every time we have to start at our 20, you keep hearing Donald saying 80-yard drive, 80-yard drive, and that's a big weapon, Sarjon.
Okay.
If you've got a defender there, a kicker there that can kick it through the end zone.
Kevin Gregory is going to come off the field here on 1st and 10. Gianna Zeta is out there. We got Busby over on the left side in the slot. Ball right on that 20-yard line. Lebanon 80 yards away from going up 2 scores again. 8:42 left to go in the game. 3 timeouts remaining for Gallatin, 2 for the Blue Devils. Line for Lebanon, 5 on the play clock. Harrison gets them settled. Azita moves to his left hip. He goes into motion. They get it just in time. Harrison, another design run, will get past the first tackler, trying to follow some blockers. He's going to get the first down, and he's going to be brought down past the 30-yard line. And, boy, that was awfully close to a delay of game. Again, the play clock, not the official clock to watch. You got to look for that back judge, but, boy, it was close.
Yeah, and Alperdort kind of got out there in no man's land, pulling in front. He got turned around. He and Harrison kind of staring at each other, but he kind of froze everybody out there. Harrison cut inside, ended up picking up a big first down.
So that's a Wilson Bank and Trust for the Blue Devils. That also keeps that clock moving. It'll be close to 8 minutes, a little bit up north of that by the time they snap the ball. One receiver over to the left. I believe that's Jonah Gardner. Nobody on the right side. Ball spotted on the left hash. Gardner goes into motion. They're going to hand it to Azita. He's going to take it to the left. He's going to get past that first wave of defenders. He's going to have his first down out to the 45. And a first down run for a first down, and another Wilson Bank and Trust first down.
Donald maybe add up Azita over there again as he keeps stacking them up.
23 rushes, 194 yards.
I was say he's got to be close to 200. If he can break that threshold, that'll be 3 games in a row for Azita over 200 yards.
Goodness gracious.
Just continues to impress in every down back.
And, guys, they know it's coming.
Yeah, and it's just hard to tackle late in the game, Donald. They're tired. You just don't get off blocks as well. Again, Lebanon eating every bit of the clock they can.
Sure are, all the way down to 1 second on the play clock before they snap it. They hand it off to Azita again. Breaking tackles left and right. He continues to push forward. And another first down for Gianna Azita.
Ooh-wee. Look at them, guys. They're laying waste to them.
He's officially over 200 yards for the 3rd game in a row. Timeout taken on the field. I'm going to leave it right here. Lebanon is into Gallatin territory again. They spot the ball on the 44-yard line over on the left hash. And we've said it multiple times tonight. Joe, how deflating is it as a defense when you hit the guy, he doesn't go down, you know he's getting the ball, and then they get 2 consecutive first downs on a first down run?
Well, let me say this. Gallatin did an equivalent of taking a pause in the game on Madden right there. They took a timeout on defense, and they didn't want to take that timeout, John. You're trailing by 7 points late in the game. You want all 3 of your timeouts. They knew right there, if we don't take it, if they hand it to him again, he may go. And so they're trying to get their legs under them and kind of catch their breath. Only thing about that is it does the same thing for our offense and Gianna Zeta, so he's catching his breath. So get another load of him coming right at you. And another thing, I think after Gentry threw that little that little interception here, it's like I said, I made the comment, he's quit messing it around. We've just been handing the football ever since then.
He talked about that in the about the Green Hill game, how down in the red zone he threw it 4 consecutive times, and he was mad at himself for doing that. They'll hand it off to Azita here. He's going to get about a yard or 2 on this one. Maybe fell forward for 3 total yards, but it will keep the clock moving. It'll be close to the 6.5-minute mark when Lebanon snaps the ball again.
Well, if you're Gallatin, they're wanting to make their stand here, and that's not too bad on a first down for those guys. But getting late in the game here, 6:55. Gallatin with 2 timeouts, Lebanon with 2 timeouts. Lebanon leading 28-21.
Ball on the left hash at the 41-yard line in Gallatin territory. They're going to have Busby out to the right in the slot position, the only receiver. He'll go into motion. They'll hand it off to Azita again. He's going to go right up the middle. He's going to have the first down again. He continues to fight forward, and again, he will not be tackled. It takes 9 guys to get him to the field, down to the field, and it is another Wilson Bank and Trust first down as Azita gets it down to the 30-yard line.
And every set of downs burns another 3 or 4 minutes off the clock. Thank the LHS graduate Kenny Salas and the Salas Realty Group, located at 120 Public Square. Whether you're buying or selling, please visit salasrealtygroup.com.
Lebanon looking to get into that Zaxby's red zone once again with another Wilson Bank and Trust first down. Right on the 29-yard line on the left hash in Gallatin territory. Wonders. Go ahead.
You think Zeta wants the ball right now?
I think he's going to get it whether he don't or not.
What is it like when 4,000 people know who's getting the ball and they can't do anything about it? This time they have a design quarterback for Harrison over to the left. He's going to get through it, and he's going to get 5 or 6, and he stayed on his feet, and a linebacker goes flying to his backside.
He plowed somebody over there.
Nice, healthy pickup on first down by Austin Harrison.
And I do not ever want to spoil our scoreboard show, and I'll never do it, but the game we are watching for you guys out there are Cookeville and Mount Juliet. If Cookeville loses tonight and Lebanon could win, that guarantees us a home playoff game no matter what. The score right now, Cookeville 10, Mount Juliet 10, somewhere in the 4th.
Wow. He'll hand it off to Azita. He's going to go right up the middle. Gets past that first defender, and he's going to have the first down. He's officially into the red zone. So Lebanon will enter the Zaxby's red zone once again.
Another first down. Yeah.
And guys, if you had to order what we had to do, it was to eat clock and get first downs. And we've got a few more to get here, get into their last 2 timeouts. But so far, so good by our Blue Devils.
Under 6 minutes to play. The clock is wound. Lebanon again going to be completely content letting as much time run off the clock as they can. They'll have 4 downs here no matter what happens.
Let's see if Gallatin may use one if they're successful on first down here.
Yeah, good point. 2 timeouts remaining for both teams. Lebanon will snap the ball and hand it to Azita again. And he's going to get another one. Almost down for a touchdown. He had absolutely no business getting any gain on that.
Maybe 2 yards.
The linebacker had a full run at him. We missed the linebacker. They met head-to-head in the hole, 1 yard, and he spun off and almost drug that kid. And I think here comes the linebacker with his helmet tore up.
And he's grimacing on his way out.
Yeah, he won't step up there again.
That is number 19, Andy Brock.
Should be over 200 now, Donald.
Oh, 241.
241.
Now, that might be a season high for Azita.
Come on, boys.
First and goal. Lebanon trying to put this sucker on ice, leading by 1 touchdown late in the 4th quarter, under 5 to play. They're just going to hand it off to Gian Azita again, and I think he's going to be short.
That's fine with me. That's fine with me.
Yeah, he's going to be short. He's going to be on about the football length away.
29 carries, 242 yards.
Does he have 2 touchdowns tonight?
No, 1.
1 touchdown.
You give 1 to Wilson there.
Yep, that's right.
And
Wilson
1 to Harrison.
And 1 to Harrison, and then Gregory had the long pass there. So Lebanon again, 2nd and goal from the 1. All that did was run another minute off there, John, as we're at 4:20 and counting. Lebanon trying to punch it in and go up 2 scores.
15 rushing touchdowns on the season for Azita, looking for number 16 right here. 1st and goal, a chance to go up 2 touchdowns late in the 4th quarter. High snap, they get it to Azita. He's met by by a couple of defenders, and it doesn't matter. Gianna Zeta into the end zone. Touchdown, Lebanon. And your Blue Devils go on top 34-21 with 4:03 left to play in the ball game and a PAT on the way.
Yeah, not really how you draw it up. The high snap kind of killed our momentum. Gian met him, and he just kind of spun and threw himself into the end zone there. Again, hard to stop that young man from 1 or 2 yard out. Gardner on the hold. Jimenez to attempt. Rigsby with your snap. That hold is low. We scooped it and got it up. Good hold there by Gardner, and a good kick by Jimenez. 4:03 to go in the contest. It's your Lebanon Blue Devils 35. The Green Wave of Gallatin 21. More Blue Devil football after this short timeout.
Shannon Spakey.
Here's your scored summary by Donald Gann.
Guys, Joe was right. That's another 80-yard drive, 10 plays. Lazita 1-yard TD run. Jimenez PAT good. 4:03 remaining in your ball game. It is Lebanon High School 35, Gallatin 21.
Third time this season the Blue Devils have put 35 points on the board. Fourth time, if you say they had 42 against Central. That is their highest scoring output of the season. Kick fielded at the 15-yard line by Gallatin. He's going to get it out to about the 32 before eventually brought down.
Chuck Gentry told Jimenez, kick it to 0, please. Do not kick it to 1.
There's a penalty. I think this is going to go against Gallatin.
It could be a little frustration, which that will set them back. But if you're Lebanon's defense here, John, you just make them eat clock.
Yep.
You don't give them big plays. Don't let them hit it big on you and line up, maybe have a chance for an onside. If they score on us in 3.5 minutes, we'll take it. But again, you just don't want to give up the easy one. This will help our cause.
3:56 remaining in the game, and Gallatin's going to have to score twice. That penalty is indeed against the Green Wave. And you see the coaching staff talking to their players now about the situation. And Gallatin, in order to pull this thing out now with under 4 to play, they're going to have 1 or 2 big plays. So if you're Lebanon's defense, you still got to do what you've been doing all night, but you got to make sure the ball stays in front of you.
You do. Nobody behind you. Tackle them, get them on the ground, and we'll play another down.
2 receivers to the right, 1 on the near side. Ball spotted there on the left hash, and they flinched. That's going to be another 5-yard penalty on Gallatin, and that's going to bring it back to the 10-yard line.
It's getting late in the game. Gallatin, you get tired. You're linemen. You're just trying to put together a drive here, and there's 2 big mistakes there by Gallatin's. They're going the wrong way, John.
So, yeah, that'll back them back to the 10-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 15.
No, 20.
20, 1st and 20. 2 receivers to the right. He'll go into motion and send 2 to the left as well. And that was tipped. That's a great job in there. I believe that was Jackson Harris that got a hand on it. It was Harris or McPeak, one of the 2. Harris, I believe, yep.
Second down.
You know, our Lebanon faithful, a lot of them have stayed over there, still sitting there supporting our Blue Devils. A little cold on them. They're not on their feet. A lot of hoodies and stocking caps tonight, as this is our first football ball weather Friday night, I'd say. But we appreciate you guys over there.
Yeah, if you got us tuned in on your drive home, we appreciate you. Drive safe. We'll take it from here. 2 receivers to the right, 1 on the near side. 2nd and long for the Green Wave. Going to be a quarterback run as he's flushed out of the pocket, maybe a yard on the play, and a whole legion of Devils there for the tackle.
Yeah, and again, just running clock off. A little information more here. Cookeville was able to score in the first overtime. They lead Mount Juliet 17-10. Mount Juliet will have a chance to match.
Mount Juliet fighting for their playoff life as well.
Maybe that game will go 8 or 9 overtimes.
Maybe it'll go till next Thursday, and or next Wednesday, and we'll be ready to play Thursday night.
Clock is moving nearing the 3-minute mark. It'll be close to 3 minutes by the time they snap the ball. Barksdale with receivers all over the place. About a 3-step drop, looking to air it out. He's got his man, and he misses it as they had him over to the right. It was Harper, and that's similar to the play that they ran for a big gain earlier.
Wilson was tracking him there. I think, John, even if he catches the football there,
he's sure
that he's not going to get a lot. And Gallatin don't want to here, but they were so ineffective. Gets brought up a quick 4th down. They're going to have to punt from their own 10. It's going to give Lebanon great field position here.
Yeah, their punter is standing midway into his own end zone. So Lebanon will have great field position. Gavin Gregory standing on his own 40 to field this ball.
I don't even know if you do field it. I don't know if you take a chance.
Just let it roll wherever it
go, and we'll line up and run a little bit of time.
Ball is on the way. Left hand is
he's shaking.
Get out of the way, boy.
Well,
will
they still get a bounce.
Yeah, he takes a really good Gallatin
We
bounce.
couldn't get that bounce for nothing earlier, Donna.
It hits the ground at the 30-yard line and makes it all the way out to the 47. It rolled for about 17 yards. They spotted actually at the 49, I think.
40. Well, they're.
No, they don't.
47. Yeah.
So at the 40. Over there with just 2:46 left to play.
You may not see a Zeta. No, I believe he's in there, Donald.
Let me tell you something, boys. He's really close to breaking the top 5 all-time single games. And if we got 47 yards here, if he gets all 47 of them, he's going to go to like number 3. And he very well could.
Here, when we get a moment, I want you to give out that top 5 for us if you've got it in front of you. Make sure we honor those young men. They're going to hand it off to Harrison this time on a design quarterback run. He'll get to the line of scrimmage, maybe lost a yard on that one, but it'll keep the clock moving. It might force Gallatin to take a timeout. I don't think they're going to here.
I don't think they want to.
No, it's going to be close to 2 minutes by the time Lebanon snaps the ball again.
And, well of our effort by us guys. I mean, again, we got a little frustrated there. Really give Gallatin all they had. They earned that one drive, but the other 2 touchdowns, we just kind of handed it to them. So I think if you're Lebanon coming out of this contest, hopefully with fast next couple of minutes, you've got to be pleased.
So we'll bring up 2nd and 10 with right at 2 minutes to play. Tight formation to the left with 2 receivers. They'll snap it, direct snap again to Harrison, and he's just going to follow his blockers, and they're not even going to take a chance on handing the ball off, I think. Harrison will get maybe a yard on that. And while we got a minute here, Donald Gann, I think you got that information in front of you now.
I do.
Give out that top 5 for these guys.
The top number 1, of course, is Jordan Stafford, 382 yards in 2009. Number 2 was Patrick Maynard, 2010. He had 308 yards. Number 3 is Javon Neal, Station Camp, 2010, 287 yards. Number 4 all-time is Patrick C., 260 yards in 1987. And number 5 is DeQuante Shannon, which was just a very few years ago, 2018. He had 250, and right now, Aziti's at 243, guys, but I don't know that he's going to touch the ball.
He might not touch it again as Lebanon now timeout take it on the field. 1:55 remaining. It'll be a 3rd and 8. And
guys,
what did you say Gian had?
Tonight?
Yeah.
243.
I'm being asked by the sideline, maybe for a certain reason.
Oh.
And after this, I'm going to try to get down and get our interview.
Got a little bit of a walk
tonight.
Yeah.
Well, if he can get 8 yards, he's number 5.
Wait for this play.
35-21 is your score. Zeta is in the game. Ball over on the left hash on the 44-yard line in Lebanon territory. 1 receiver over to the left. Busby will go into motion. And that's Gardner. They will give it to Azita. He's pushing it forward.
First down.
He gets the first down.
Do you think anything else, John?
Gets it to the 35.
That's 9 yards, boys. 252. He's number 5 all time.
So Gianna Zeta, the 5th best rushing single game in Lebanon high school history that we have on record. And he is a junior, ladies and gentlemen. He is in rare air. and he comes out of the game now, and Wilson will come in. And I do believe that will be it for Gianna Zetas. He has the 5th best rushing game in Lebanon High School history. We'll talk more on that later. First down for the Blue Devils. Harrison's going to keep it again. He's going to take it over to the left, wants to keep this in bounds. Got another first down and did a great job staying in bounds as well, as they'll snap the ball again. Close to only 30 seconds left, and Lebanon now can just take some knees and get out of this one with a win and move to 8-1 on the season. That will put Lebanon firmly in second place in the region, with Cookeville to play on Thursday to close out the regular season. We cannot say yet that Lebanon will host a playoff game, but it's looking better after tonight. Even if we don't know by the end of the night as Harrison takes his knee, we will know before the game on Thursday whether or not it's a win and host situation or not. But that is it. Lebanon, after suffering their first loss of the season last week at the hands of the Green Hill Hawks, comes up to Gallatin in one of the toughest places to play, one of the most historic football fields in high school in the state of Tennessee, and they come away with a win despite 3 turnovers in the game. Your Blue Devils pick up the win with triple zeros on the scoreboard, 35-21. Your Blue Devils are 8-1 on the season, 3-1 inside of the region with 1 game to go in the regular season. What a night for the Lebanon Blue Devils. We'll step aside, we'll take a break, we'll come back, and we'll have all of your post-game stats. Actually, we're going to take a short break. We're going to send it to the radio station for a moment to catch up with the scoreboard boys, as we've got some big games to keep an eye on. But we'll send it to those guys for a moment, then we'll bring it back out to the field for your final stats and your post-game interview. This is WANT 98.9. You're listening to Lebanon High School football. Sports World in Lebanon offers